Get Nasty on a Tuesday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 203, your time check. Brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Well, Cardinals had their winning streak snapped last night by the Miami Marlins. Kind of an unfortunate start to the game, and I thought it kind of carried over. Well, the Cardinals did have a 1-0 lead at one point. The Marlins had tied it and then went ahead in the bottom of the second. Really never looked back. But I thought the inability to get at least get one run home in the first inning, that certainly was a wasted golden early opportunity. Game could have looked very different after the first inning had the Cardinals capitalized on the two hit by pitch batters, J.J. Weatherholt and Ivan Herrera. We had runners on second and third with only one out and got absolutely nothing out of it. So those innings are going to happen, certainly, but if we're going to sit here and break down every game, that I thought was a key moment to start off. And with the way that Michael McGreevy looked early in the game, it's unfortunate the Cardinals didn't have maybe a 2-3 run lead to hand him in the first 5-6 innings.
I thought McGreevy was pitching really well to the bottom of the fourth inning when he gave up that first run. He got a ground out, and then he gets Stowers. He actually walked him. Up until that point, he was at like 32 pitches.
He was efficient.
He was very efficient, and in my mind, it was almost clicking on what we talked about earlier in the day, saying how these starting pitchers need to give you seven in the third. Like, they need to go at least 7 innings to kind of help and aid with the bullpen. And it felt like McGreevy was on that path until he walked Stowers, and then you allow the run. The following inning, you allow a home run, and then it kind of just spirals out of control for you. And this team, again, they've been down a lot in games, often, and have had the ability to come back. Yesterday just wasn't one of those days. So, I think you tip your cap to the Marlins. I think that was a good game by the Marlins, but McGreevy didn't perform poorly. I think that walk bit him in the butt, and it kind of just went downhill from that point after that.
I agree.
It's a bad game. There's 162 of them all year. The Cardinals have been playing really well. It ended up being a game that slipped away from them. A couple of things that maybe McGreevy could have done better. That first inning certainly was an inning that they could have capitalized on. A couple of missed opportunities along the way as well. And that's your ball game. So it's kind of nice in a way that we can look at it like that, at least for now. And not like really just like, it's another one of these games.
Right. Another game, you figured out a new way to lose.
Yeah, and they have not been doing that. So hopefully tonight they get back on the winning side of things, and then we move on in that direction again.
Yeah, 13 strikeouts, 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. It is what it is, right? Like Jamie just said, there's 162 of these. You're bound to lose at least one more game, right? So it stinks because it's the first game of the series. So if you want to win this series, we talked about it yesterday. We think that this team can take 2 of 3 against the Marlins. You got to bounce back and win the next 2. I don't know. The too many walks. Like Swanson, I don't need to see him pitch anymore. Not just him. And you know what? He ended up getting out of the inning. But my goodness, Ryan Fernandez couldn't throw a strike. He got gifted a strike.
That was rough.
On one, I think he threw. It had to be like 8 to 12 straight balls. Like it just.
You guys don't like that?
No. And Thomas,
not when he's in a Cardinals uniform.
Thomas Sajaci looked like he was trying to hit the ball 1,000 feet yesterday.
Man,
he went 0 for 4. There were some spots where he
last one.
My goodness, not a great day for him.
No, I don't know if he's trying to cool down somebody in the the little area, the little bar area at Miami.
8 people that were there.
Yeah, maybe somebody who's overheated.
You're 12.
He takes a big cut trying to cool somebody down. I don't know.
Well, the Cardinals, I think they had some runners on, and he came up and it struck out. It might have been on 3 pitches, to be honest, just swinging out of his shoes. And immediately the camera cut to Ollie, and Ollie, his face was just like, what in the world was that?
Well, isn't he 0 for his last 15 at-bats or something?
A little rough.
Or is it worse? Maybe I'm wrong on that one. But
Thomas Sajaci over his last, let's see here. Yeah, he hasn't had a hit since April 11th against Boston. So that is 4, 6, 10, 14 at-bats.
14, there we go.
And it might be 15. He had 2 at-bats in that game against Boston. So depending on when he got that hit in that game, Jamie, it could be 15 straight at-bats. I don't know. It hasn't been good. That's for sure.
No.
By the way, I misspoke. I said the Cardinals, the Marlins never looked back. Cardinals actually tied it. They tied it. They tied it 2-2. They made it 2-2 with the walk and the single, wild pitch, scoring a run. But I think that was also part of the issue. The runs kind of came off chaos last night, not sustained hitting. Even the play last night where Wynn gets a sac fly, nothing was really. Nothing was sustained. There was no big inning, but that's going to happen.
It wasn't a big inning, but Jordan Walker applied pressure. He stole a base, was able to score a couple of those runs. I think the bright side, like if you take nothing away, I know he went 1 for 3 yesterday, and some people, he's not hitting home runs. He had a hit in 15 straight games, which I don't know how anyone would say he's struggling.
He's cooling off, but he's fine.
He's doing very well. He was
got a walk too.
Yeah. He walked once. He's leading the team in strikeouts. That we still would like to see corrected. But he also is playing really well in the field. He threw another runner out at third. Like, he is becoming a well-rounded baseball player. And at some point, I think big swingers strike out. That I don't agree with it. Yeah, it's one of my least favorite things about baseball is swing, hit a home run, or swing and strike out. But if you're doing all of the other additional things in the game, if you're stealing bases, if you're putting yourself in scoring position, if you're scoring runs and utilizing your speed, your arm, you're hitting for average, you're hitting for power, I think you're playing really well. So that is one of the positive things, I think, from last night's game. Didn't score a lot of runs, didn't do well. Marshy is sick of the entire bullpen at this point, and he's not alone in that thought.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
He's
because
not
sometimes
alone,
you make me
man.
feel like I'm the only person
Marsh,
that has hope for this team. But I'm glad I'm not alone in this category.
You do have an enormous amount of hope. More hope than maybe all three of us at times put together, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But you ain't wrong, brother, when you talk about this bullpen.
Nope.
My God, it's rough sometimes.
If it ain't JoJo or O'Brien, you're sitting there just going, okay, better buckle up here.
Yeah. But I think that's what this season is going to be. Like, when you talk about a team that is an 80-win team or less, they probably have some character flaws.
Absolutely.
Like, you got a 75-win team. That team has character flaws, whether it's somewhere in the lineup, whether it's defensively, whether it's pitching. There are some flaws on that team, and I think we're starting to see some of those flaws rear its ugly head because of the bullpen right now, and that's expected.
You're going to have flaws as a 90-win team.
Correct.
So I think
flaws, maybe.
Less flaws, certainly. But as Jamie noted, the fact that we're even talking about the Cardinals in this manner a couple weeks into the season, that's a good thing.
I did not anticipate.
I certainly did not either. All right, it's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The TMA Dotem Golf Tournament on Friday, May 15th at Oak Valley Golf Course and Resort is completely sold out, but you could still win a free foursome to join the morning after for a full day out on the course. The Dotem is going to include this year breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, all your Cutwater canned cocktails, and Anheuser-Busch beer and seltzers, the 100 West Dental closest to the pin competition, the Evergreen Wealth Strategies longest drive competition, an after party with food from Texas Roadhouse. You can find your chance to win a free foursome for the sold-out Dotem Golf Tournament with TMA right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN mobile app. The winner must be 21 or older. Giveaway is brought to you by Cutwater Canned Cocktails. We've got another Cardinals-Marlins matchup, which means we've got a lineup. It is out. We'll play the lineup game next on 101 ESPN.
I'm noticing a lot of houses that are hitting the market here in the spring in St. Louis. If you are one of those people that is thinking about selling your home, please call Gloria Lou with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Look, Gloria Lou has been in the business for over 20 years here in the St. Louis area. She understands the market very, very well. She understands that each area of St. Louis carries a bit of a different price tag, and she's able to price your home accordingly in order for you to maximize the sale of your home. So she's going to get you the most money for your home that she possibly can, but she's going to get you to the closing table quickly. Talked to a number of people who have used Gloria Lou, and they could not believe how quickly their home was sold. And they did say that one of the reasons is because of her buyers in waiting program. She already has buyers waiting to purchase your home. So get on there and list it quickly and sell it and get the most money you can. But please call Gloria Lou. When you do call her, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Time to play a lineup game here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Yesterday we did pretty well until order number 7.
Oh, we stubbed our toe, did we?
Yeah, things went a little sideways for us, Jamie.
Who was number 7 yesterday?
Sajasi.
Oh, yeah, Tomas.
It was Urias.
It was Urias. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yes, Urias was 7. We thought, Church, then maybe Fermin. We had it right that Herrera was probably, Sajasi was probably the catcher. We just didn't pick the right combination there for the DH.
Let's do better today, boys. Let's do better. It's a new day.
It's a
new lineup.
It's a new day. Chris Paddock, former Padre. Told the rubber for the Marlins. Right-handed pitcher. Yeah, there you go. Dustin May will take them out for the Cardinals. So, without further ado,
show us JJ Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Actually, I would. Punk.
Angry?
Herrera here?
Yep.
Show us. Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
Alec Burleson?
Yep.
Sure. Show us Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
Show us Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
What's going on there?
I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
What have we here?
I jumped the gun.
That was a quick,
That was an addition that you added. I was confused.
You could have hit it again. It would have been. We'd have thought it was normal.
Maybe you should get 2 dings.
I'll give him another
Better
ding.
than one.
There you go.
Right-handed pitcher.
Yes, sir.
Show me. Nolan Gorman.
We need 38 home runs, 120 RBIs.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological.
Who is that?
That is my favorite.
That. Who the hell is that? Ray Finkel?
Ray Finkel.
He's not in the picture I've got.
You don't know. You don't know Ray Finkel? No. All right. Mason Wynn?
Sure.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Shortstop. That's right. Now and forever, shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10. Wait.
This is bull.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
All right, boys, this is where we stubbed the old toe yesterday.
All right, so we need a left fielder, a catcher,
And a center fielder.
and a center fielder.
We think.
I don't know, actually, because, Fermin came in and replaced Scott yesterday. Maybe they like Fermin in left field. He's been playing. Maybe you don't see such. I don't know. You Nathan Church.
Church
got a
in center
lefty
field?
here.
Victor Scott is in a massive slump.
He certainly is.
Might need a day off his feet.
Church made some nice plays in the outfield against Houston on Sunday. I don't know if it's the center field, but I do
But he
think
played center
Church,
field last year when he got called up.
He did, yeah.
So
I think
Church here?
he could play it. I like Church here. I don't know how you guys feel.
I'm fine with it, Anthony.
Go for it.
Fine with Church any day of the week,
Any
right,
day.
Carey?
Yeah.
Show us Nathan Church.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones.
It's
Pete
Pedro.
Pages? Mm-hmm. Nah. Carey, go ahead.
Show us Pedro Paez.
Now, you see what I did there, kids? I didn't even try to go for that ball. Most coaches will tell you, drop down, try to block the ball, but that's dumb. This position is called catcher. It ain't called drop and block the ball like a
Pretty much.
So that means they're probably rolling back with Scott here. Don't you think?
Or Fermin.
Well,
I don't think well, yeah, maybe.
I mean, you could.
Because for me,
Fermin
just
could
because
be in
Church
left
is 7
field.
doesn't mean he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not one of those
I know I get
rules.
stuck on those sometimes, Carey.
We got okay, guys. We got a perfect lineup opportunity. Okay, a major bounce back from yesterday. Do we want to get cute and go with Fermin, or do we want to stick with Victor Scott, which should be the obvious play?
That should be the obvious play, but Anthony, just like in the Gauntlet, you never go with the obvious answer.
Wow.
That's the Gauntlet, though.
Man, this is
I'm
Gauntlet is
feeling like
life.
it's Victor Scott. I feel like he's got. I feel like Ollie is going to be leaving him in, and then if he doesn't fix it by the end of this series, he'll get like a day off or something.
I'll say Fermin, and you get to make the decision.
Yeah, Anthony, it's easy. Go ahead, buddy. Be the tiebreaker.
I'm going to go with the odds. Show us Victor Scott.
Feels good going fast.
I guess I was going about 65.
You got me, Marsh. No, he's hold on. Carey's part of the team.
That's
He
team.
made his decision. You know?
Hey, you want me to fail?
No, but
Yeah.
when you give us bad information, you shouldn't celebrate.
I didn't give back.
You
I
did.
gave
You said
an
for me.
opinion.
Did you say for me to make the decision?
Yes. I gave him the right to make the final decision.
Team.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You're not always happy with your teammates.
I didn't
Anthony.
push him to give an answer. I said, this is what I believe. You go with what you believe to be the
There's
answer.
teammates I didn't even like that I played with.
I'm sure.
I like Carey, though.
Name one.
You better.
Well,
All right, Marsh, run it.
All right, leading off, second baseman J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second, your DH, Ivan Herrera. Batting third, first baseman Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting fifth, playing third base, Nolan Gorman. Batting sixth, The shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting 7th in left field is Nathan Church. Batting 8th in catching, Pedro Pajes. And batting 9th in center field, Victor Scott, the second.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go fair! I don't believe what I just saw. Home run.
All right, no ding-dong Johnsons last night for the Cardinals.
Nope.
Which means the standings are the same. And I believe that Marshy, then Jamie?
Yeah.
Yep. Then Carey,
CD.
then you. All right, I'm going to go with Alec Burleson today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jamie.
Give me that Gorman.
Give me Jordan Walker
Okay.
for 2 of them.
By the way, you had Nolan Gorman last night, too.
You did?
So Marshy, who went first, did not see your pick. Went with Herrera.
Okay. Well, thank you for giving me Gorman. At
We
least.
gave you Gorman.
We are still... We still got a truce going on.
Okay.
Till May 1st, probably.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
May
Got it.
1st,
you're
I get it.
All right, I will take Ivan Herrera.
All right.
That rounds up the home run derby game. Tonight, like I said, Dustin May goes for the Cardinals versus Chris Paddock of the Marlins, and both pitchers have struggled at times. May only allowed the 1 run on 6 hits and 6 innings in a win last Wednesday against the Guardians. He struck out 4, walked 1, posted just a 6% whiff rate. Only threw 55% of his first pitches for strikes. So I don't think we're completely out of the woods yet with Dustin May. But sometimes pitching is about, I don't have my best stuff. I still have to keep my team in the game. And I thought that's what Dustin May did against the Guardians. The results were good for him. Chris Paddock, meanwhile, in his last start, and again, this is a veteran that's been with San Diego. He's might have bounced around for some other teams. He did hold the Braves. Only allowed the 5 hits, 2 runs with 4 strikeouts. Did not walk a batter. Only went 4 2/3 innings against the Braves last Wednesday. But he's really a guy that's going to throw strikes. He's going to throw strikes. You got to be around the plate. So this should be a good opportunity for the Cardinals offense after kind of a lackluster night last night, CD, to bounce back.
I was listening to Derek Gould on BK and Ferrari on the way in, and he mentioned how Meyer last night was throwing a sinker, and a lot of the guys were not able to pick up the spin on it. It was a really good pitch that he was having success on. I don't know how many guys he struck out, I forgot. But he was having success, and one of the players that he mentioned, Jordan Walker, actually kind of spoke to that, like, I can't pick this pitch up, so I'm not going to be swinging for power tonight. I'm just trying to make contact and hit the ball, which we talk about, like, progressing and getting better. I think that's one of those maturation moments where you're saying, okay, this young man realizes I can't see that pitch, so let me eliminate that one. I'm not going to swing for the fences.
Sure.
I'm going to try to make contact, get on base, try to make put myself in a position to score, which he did last night, and was able to have a pretty good night despite not having the power that you normally have expected so far this season.
No doubt. I completely agree. All right, the Cardinals and Marlins continue their series tonight, 5:40 local time here in St. Louis. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Are the Blues tough enough to be a playoff team? Jamie, watching some of the playoff games of the last three days, wants to make an observation about the Blues, or at least pose a question. That's next on 101 ESPN.
It is the most wonderful time of year. Stanley Cup playoffs are here. NBA playoffs are going here too, which means there's lots of great action to get in on. So please download that Circa Sports app today. Get to the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you got to look around and find the white Circa Sports logo. And once you do that, you click on that. That's for the state of Missouri, and you sign up, and you are good to go. And if you think you know who the Stanley Cup champion is today, get on there. They've got great lines on futures bets, tight money line splits on all the games that are available, including that Major League Baseball on a nightly basis. They do have the best odds of any app that is out there right now, and they also have bigger payouts, high betting limits. It is user-friendly, And one thing Circus Sports does not do is shut you down or block you if you're winning. They celebrate the winners. So get on there, download that Circus Sports app today. You're absolutely going to love it. For any more information regarding Circus Sports, go to circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals fall to the Marlins last night by a final score of 5-3. They'll look to bounce back with Dustin May on the mound. Cardinals-Marlins first pitch at 5:40. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have some NBA action for you as the Spurs take on the Trailblazers. Game number 2 between these two teams. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
All of us have to be willing to do the right things on a consistent level, and it's got to be an attitude of, I believe it's a Truman quote, that it's not who gets the praise, but it's the common good of the group that succeeds. So it doesn't matter who gets credit for the success. It matters who's doing the work together to create the success. And that needs to be the attitude by everybody. And I'm not just talking players. I don't care if you drive the Zamboni the best way you can and make sure you don't miss a line. Those are the kind of attitudes that we got to make sure everybody's having.
That was Blues head coach Jim Montgomery following the season, the little postseason breakdown. And that was him talking about attitude being the most important thing. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. I love the quote there at the end. It reminds me of Bill Walsh, Carey. Bill Walsh used to make sure that even the secretaries answered the phone in a certain way. One, because he was setting a standard for the entire organization and how they did everything. And two, he wanted to make sure that everyone, whether you were a player, a coach, the owner, felt like you were part of something bigger. And when Monty said what he said there about the Zamboni driver, what he really is saying is, one, do your job right, and two, you're important as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're vastly important. So I love that he said that. Now, trying to implement everything and get the Blues back to where they want to be, which is the playoffs and beyond, that's a whole nother story. But I love that he started with that, and I agree with the attitude portion of it.
Yeah, there's a famous coach named Bill Belichick that says, do your job. Whatever your job, your specific job, like, I don't drive the show, you do. So I can't do your job. You can't, like, we have to, I don't run the board.
Absolutely do my job.
But I don't. Like, when you're here,
we just want you to do your job.
You do your job to the best. I'll do my job. Jamie does his. Marsh does his. And that's how you have success. And I think that's what Monty is alluding to. Like, everyone, no matter what your job is, take it seriously. Be locked in. Be dialed in. Don't miss a beat. Don't miss a moment where something can slip through the cracks. And all of that, I think the best teams that I've played on, it all starts at the top. Like, the organization and how it's run, how it filters down throughout the entire, throughout the entire building into the locker room and the players, and then the players perform on the field, on the ice, on the court. Like, it all starts that way. So I think that's what he's saying. It's not just so much as make sure these line shifts, or make sure you do this or do this, make sure you're tape to tape, get back and hustle and use effort. But everything we're doing has to be that way in order for us to have success.
Yeah, and I think there's a certain element of it, too, where you can go above and beyond what your job is. Like, just like anything else, if you have a successful business, people who go to work every day, they're striving to do their job, but also do a little bit more for greater success of the group. And I think that's important. And I think that's where the Blues fell short this year. And watching the playoffs these last couple of days specifically, I watched these games and I wondered to myself, even if the Blues had limped in, would they be competitive? Because it's war out there. And when you look at last year's Blues team, post-Four Nations, they played that way. There was body checks, there's blocking shots, there was fights when there needed to be, and they carried that right through the first round, which ended up being the most physical first round in last year's Stanley Cup playoffs. Mm-hmm. But we didn't see that this year. We didn't see it at all, really. And coming down the stretch, they're playing better, but did we see a lot of games where we're like, man, that's a playoff team. That's a playoff style of game. I didn't really see that. And when you go back to last year specifically, you look at some of the guys they had. Let's just look at the roster. You had Shannon Falk this year, too, for the majority of it, but coming down the stretch, you didn't. So I'm going to include them. Shannon Falk, you don't have to finish the season. If you would have made the playoffs, they're not available. Shen, certainly one of the most physical guys. Falk was able to bring physicality. He played hard. Then you're missing Radek Faksa and Ryan Suter as well from last year's playoff run. Those two guys, Ryan Suter was just mean. He didn't like anybody. Right. You got slashed, or you got cross-checked, or you got punched in the face. And Radek Faksa was just a runaway train. Ran into everything at the expense of himself sometimes. You didn't have that. So when I'm watching these games, and here are just some of the numbers off the top of, that I pulled up here, not the top of my head. Dallas Mini, in Game 1, combined for 88 hits. Game 1, Utah-Vegas, combined for 82 hits. Wow. L.A. and the Avs, you'd think, well, the Avs are a skilled team, probably less hits. 84 hits in that game. And then finally, the Ducks and the Oilers. Connor McJesus, Leon Draisaitl, Evan Bouchard. They're not hitting anybody, right? 82 hits in Game 1 for those two teams combined. You want to know what the Blues' highest hit game was, the number of hits in one game this year?
23.
No, they're a little better than that.
45.
Okay. 40. First game of the year against the Minnesota Wild.
Wow.
After that, it's 34 hits was the next one, and that wasn't until December 7th. Ooh. And they never reached 34 hits again in a game for the rest of the season.
Oh.
So would they have been able to compete? And now those two numbers, by the way, that includes Braden Shen on your roster, who we know likes to hit people. So again, circling back, I think the Blues need to be tougher. I don't mean finding, Ryan Reeves. Like, go get Ryan Reeves. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about players like when you look at the Boston Bruins, Tanner Jeannot, Kastelik is a guy, Anderson in Montreal. He plays third or fourth line, kills penalties, and he's a mutant out there. Like, you got to find a couple of guys that can fill a role, because Radek Fox was a great penalty killer, and he centered your fourth line. So what wasn't just killing a roster spot for you, he was useful. Ryan Suter was very useful as well. Braden Shen was a regular player. Like, gone are the days of just going to find a runaway train and no other role except for that.
Right.
But I think the Blues, to make that next step, or even to think about making that next step, have to get tougher overall.
I look at, in the playoffs, obviously physicality comes out, and I look beyond just finishing a check. I'm looking at board battles in the defensive zone and the offensive zone. And I saw too much reaching this year from this team. And when you go into the playoffs, you are going to get manhandled off the puck if you are not eager and able to go into the corner and win those puck battles. So I agree with you, Jamie. Not only did the hits speak for themselves, but also just those board battles that Monty has told us before when we've interviewed him how they practice that stuff. They have those types of drills where they are working on board battles, and I just didn't see enough of that, enough gumption from this team in that department too, which you need to have that. It could be the difference between winning a game in overtime or something.
Yeah, and we're getting some questions here that say, well, you're combining the hits, and then you're just giving the Blues hits. My point is, when you combine the hits, that means you're taking hits too. That's my point. And playoff hockey is not just about hitting the opposition. It's about being hit as well and battling through that. And to take that one step further, how many times this year, we can't even remember, it was so many, were the Blues talking about it internally, externally, everything? Well, we gotta win the middle of the ice. We got to get to the net. We're not getting enough guys in front of the net. We're not battling in front of their net enough. Well, that's playoff hockey. Look at the playoffs right now. I
saw 2 goals last night. Jason Robertson tips one in. He's right in front of the net. Last night you had Troy Terry, beautiful shot. Now the Ducks lost, but you have Chris Kreider standing right in front of the net where none of these goaltenders can see. That's how you win in the playoffs.
100%. And you look at the battles in front. Like, you're seeing 4 or 5 guys in front, then there's a massive scrum because guys are trying to get the guys off of their goalie. And we didn't see enough of that this year. There was a period of time where the Blues hadn't drawn hardly any penalties at all in the offensive zone. And part of that is a net front. You're not forcing anybody to tackle you or hit you or cross-check you because you're not there. Right. They don't have to do that. So if I'm Doug Armstrong, Alex Steen, and I'm the organization, I'm looking for players like that. And I don't know if you have it internally. I didn't really scout everybody down in the minors. But I think to make that next step towards being a playoff team, or at least spoke enough to be a playoff team, they need a little more grit.
How do you balance that where you want to get more of that? I would assume that it's probably a veteran player that knows what to do. How do you balance wanting to bring someone like that in while also giving the younger players time?
Tough decisions. That's what you're going to have to make. Like, you have to look at your roster and say, okay, are we bringing back Oscar Sundqvist? Not sure, right? It's not my decision, but that's one thing you'd look at. Is Nathan Walker giving you enough? Although he's one of those guys, but you're like, okay, what if I find a 26-year-old that can kind of do that? The Blues right now, they have a first line, and they have 2 third lines and a fourth line. They don't have a second line. And the player I'm speaking of doesn't have to be a player who cannot contribute. It's going to be harder. It may hurt a little bit to trade to go find that guy, but they're out there. They're available. And other teams are making it a point to go collect those second or third line players that can give you 15 to 20 goals, but also give you a couple of hundred hits, get to the front of the net, block shots, fight if they have to. It's up to the Blues now to go find a team that maybe isn't a playoff team and go get that player and then offer that team some young pieces or some draft picks, because that's what they're looking for, is to build a team. They're not established yet. So like the Chicagos, what does Chicago have? Like, is Tyler Bertuzzi, is he a guy you look at? I think he had 30 goals this year, and he's always in front of the net. The whole NHL hates his guts. He's a competitive guy, not the most stylish guy out there, but who cares? But is that a guy you target? Like, it's somebody I'm thinking about anyways.
Yeah, I don't like the way that his how he tucks his
See,
skates.
you already hate him. Sign him now.
Did you hear what he said, though? Doesn't like the way he tucks his skates in or something.
Skates, the flaps are.
If that's bothering him, perfect.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just, we're talking sty here.
Sure.
It's not the best look.
Sty. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. That's Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Mike Vrabel addressed the media today for the first time since the fallout from the pictures stemming from the Dianna Russini situation. Scandal. You'll hear from Vrabel next on 101 ESPN. we haven't really, and by haven't really, I mean, we haven't said anything about this Mike Vrabel situation. Mike Vrabel, of course, was it 2 weeks ago? He was on vacation / doing some, I think it was the NFL team owner meetings, and was caught on camera with then Athletic NFL reporter Dianna Russini. And two were filmed holding hands at one point, lounging together in the pool.
By the pool.
By the pool. In the pool. By the pool.
For the pool. By the pool.
Stuff like that.
A whole lot of stuff.
Did I mention both are married?
Not to each other.
Not to each other. Yeah. Since that point, Dianna Russini resigned at The Athletic. She posted a statement online. And now, for the first time, we're hearing from Mike Vrabel. So here is Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel's new statement via WBZ News in Boston on the Dianna Russini photos.
You know, I've had some difficult conversations with people that I care about, with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. You know, we believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me. We never want our actions to negatively affect the team. We never want to be the cause of a distraction. You know, and those are comments and questions that I've answered for the team and with the team. We'll keep those private and, you know, to ourselves. I care deeply about this football team, and I'm excited to coach them. I also know that I'm going to attack each day with humility and focus. And what I can promise you is that my family, this organization, the team, the staff, the coaches, everybody, our fans, most importantly, will get the best version of me going forward. And that's what I know, and I'm excited to do that. But I wanted to just address this and thank you for your patience in dealing with the private and personal matter. Thank you.
All right, again, that audio courtesy of WBZ News in Boston.
Yeah.
Highly doubt we're going to get much details unless some, you know, there's some like digging, and I'm sure somebody, TMZ, somebody will dig more, but I think this is all we're going to get out of Mike Vrabel on the situation. And for him, I don't know how much more you could say. You got to, like he said, he talked to the people that he cares about. He talked to the people that he needed to talk to, including his players, especially his family.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to see much more out of this.
Yeah, it's a tough situation overall because right now all we can do is make assumptions. The photos, they don't help Dianna or Vrabel as far as denying that there could be some type of relationship between the two of them. Mm. But again, they're photos that we are reading into. So I don't want to make assumptions. It's not up to me to do that. And that's not really what we're here to do anyways today, is
right.
to justify or not that whole relationship. It's just, it is an odd situation, certainly, and it can be a huge distraction, like Vrabel said, for the team, for one thing, but his personal life, too. And again, I don't know what the whole relationship was between the two of them. But again, it's a situation where it's their personal lives. It wasn't done, you know, during a football game or on a road trip or, you know, whatever. There's tons of allegations as to what might have been going on, but I haven't been there to see them or to hear them personally. I don't know. I think it's a really weird situation for the two of them, and I think that, you know, Dianna Russini has resigned from her job. Don't know if she'll find another job in that field, certainly the role that she had. And then Vrabel, now he's had to go and talk to family, and he's had to address his team. He's had to talk to the owner of the team. He's had to talk to the NFL because the NFL had to get involved to see if it was conduct, whatever they call
detrimental
it,
to the league,
to the NFL. And
yep.
There's lots that's come from it. I mean, I don't know. It's a odd situation.
I think he said it in the best way that he felt that it needed to be when he ended that that comment. He said it's a personal matter, and I think he wants to keep it that way. And I'm sure people want to know. People are asking questions. It looks a little odd, but again, nobody knows really what the status of their friendship / relationship / whatever it is. I don't know. We don't know. Who knows? So I think he wants to keep it as a personal matter, and I think it is. I think football is football. He obviously. It's probably embarrassing because you have to speak about it to the team. You're talking about if you have younger kids, I'm sure they were asking questions, and the spouses of those parties are asking questions. But I think he wanted to keep it as a personal matter and not lean it into football at all, which is, I'm sure that's, in his opinion, the best way to go about it.
How difficult is it as a head coach to make sure that your players aren't looking at you in a different light, because you are the man in charge, and whatever your conduct is, and again, we don't really know what happened. But there's a lot of noise now. How hard is it to make sure that they are all, on the same page?
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Marshy, and I don't want to speak for football players. CD can clarify. I guarantee in that room there's a number of individuals that have made some decisions that they regret, too.
Shouldn't throw stones in glass houses.
What room are you talking about?
The locker room.
Nah.
Well, Marshy said, how do you dress the players? I bet some of the players have walked a mile in those shoes before.
Come on, man.
I think there's individuals right now listening to this show that have walked a mile in those shoes before. So I think that, I think it's something that happened. But the flip side of this, which is kind of unfair, but I get it, is she resigns from her job because this is not a direct violation of what she shouldn't be doing, but I guess it is.
Yeah.
But Mike Vrabel, this is not really a violation to his coaching job. Now, it's a violation to his marriage, that's for sure. But he doesn't have to resign. So
right.
It just, there's two sets of rules, and it's not man-woman on this one. If it was a woman coach of some kind in professional sports and it was a man reporter, I would imagine the same thing would happen because it's compromising the integrity of your job.
Yeah, the look is she's doing stuff that, that would gain her access that no other reporters would have. So that's essentially why I think she resigned. If things aren't, if whether it is or isn't, if things aren't on the up and up with that, then she walked away. So, but I'm with you on that, Jamie, in that he gets to keep the job. Either way, it is the perception of it all, because we don't know what happened, but the perception leads to her resigning. Perception is he addresses the media and then he moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this will have an effect on how the Patriots play this upcoming season?
I highly doubt it. What do you guys think?
I don't think it affects the way the Patriots.
The Patriots?
Play.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to be terrible, they're going to be terrible. If they're going to be great, they're going to be great. I think A.J. Brown will have more impact on whether or not they're good than these damn photos.
Probably.
If I'm being honest, come on, man.
Yeah. They're not going to worry about this.
Nah.
The moment they acquire A.J. Brown.
No.
Yeah. And this is a franchise that has had some scandalous things
name
happen in the past.
What gate are you referring to? How important is it for a coach to know when he's got to change himself? That's next on 101 ESPN. 3:02, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So yesterday we had JR on the phone, and one of the things that Andrew Marsh asked him was about the which cut did you tell me here, Marsh? I'm looking at all these cuts now. The Jordan Kyrou one?
No, it's Jim Montgomery.
Or Monty, excuse me. Monty on why he felt like he didn't handle the players well. Excuse me. I was talking about JR. It was Monty. My bad. Take two. Here's Monty on why he felt like he didn't handle players well.
I remember distinctly the 5th game of the year. We did not play well against LA. It was a game where we had 2 days off. We had gotten home from a long road trip, and the first game we didn't play well. We were flat against Chicago, but that was 24 hours after we had played on the West Coast. I'm not using that as an excuse. It's just sometimes you don't have the energy. We should have had the energy when we played against LA. And I went hard at the team afterwards, and it wasn't the right approach with this group. And I knew that the year before I had not done that, and I think when I did do it, they felt it was out of character for me. I didn't want to go through another month long of what I had witnessed when I was here the year before. And I didn't communicate that well enough to the leaders. And that's where I went wrong.
Now, Jamie, we heard that clip yesterday, and we did have JR on, and I asked him this.
Yeah.
When you hear that clip and Monty saying, I went too hard at the guys after Game 5, they lost 7 games after, I think, the moment that he's speaking about.
Yeah.
You played professional sports. I played professional sports. We all played sports at some level. If your team loses 7 games in a row because the coach hurt your feelings, come on, man. That ain't. Well, Monty is a great dude. I mean, great coach, great person, and I think he's shouldering the blame for some of the things, some of the mishaps that happened. But there is no way on God's green earth that I will sit here and believe that a coach ripped into a individual or individuals, and then you had the inability to win a game 7 games in a row. Would that be the reason why?
There's something you have to remember here. Jim Montgomery's 5'7" can be pretty scary.
I know it. I mean, listen, he's a tough dude. I don't disagree with that at all. But there ain't no way in hell a team. My feelings are hurt, so I'm going to perform poorly.
Yeah,
get the hell out of here, man.
Now, I don't think those things go hand in hand. I think that they were going through a tough patch. And I think those losses would have happened anyways? Yeah, I do. Whether Jim Montgomery went in there, threw a table over, or went in there and hugged everybody.
I've seen coaches break things.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think the men in that room went out and said, I don't think he's so mean to me now.
That's why I'm saying. I don't think that. If Monty thinks that's one thing. I think what he's doing is he's probably combining a couple of things that happen. I think that there might be some players or some things that he did and changed, and players were affected by certain changes. I'm not speaking for Jim Montgomery. I don't think those players lost 7 games because he got mad at them.
Right.
I think there were lots of factors, and I think that's the biggest thing. That's the one thing I want to highlight here, is that players always talk about, like we talk about Jordan Walker. He's got to tweak his swing. He worked on this. He's getting better. We don't talk enough sometimes about coaches who are willing to change certain things that they do. And Monty, he loosely isolates this one time that he believes affected the group. But there are lots of little tweaks throughout the season, too. They changed their defensive zone. Their defensive zone was not good to start the season. They changed it to a different system. It worked out better. They changed their penalty kill. And that worked out better. So my point is that how important is it for a coach to be able to change? And then if a coach does change things, whether it's systematically, philosophically, whatever it is, does that make it easier for the players then to go, you know what? I need to change too. Mm-hmm. Because the coach is willing to accept, like Monty did an unbelievable job at the press conference of being accountable. Mm-hmm. He held himself accountable. He did not exclude himself from the group. And that's the one thing he did say that may have affected them a little bit was he's always been, it's us, not coach and then players. And in that moment, he made it about them and not him. And he thinks that affected the group a little bit because they looked at it as, he's not like, all of a sudden he's fine. It's not his fault. It's our fault.
Well, to a degree, yes. Like, I think, and I understand.
But it's a change
I understand.
For them, if you see a coach all the time saying one thing, and then he starts saying other things out of character, you're going to be like, what the hell is he doing?
I can agree with that, but I also think that sometimes you have to shift how you're going about things and have to adapt and change if guys aren't receptive to the way that you have been coaching them. Sometimes, instead of a pat on the back, you need a kick in the butt.
Yep.
And I think that if I get to the point, I think if you push there are certain coaches that don't curse, don't raise their voice. If you push that person to get to that point, then you know as a player, I fast laned up. Like I know I got to be better because I pushed this person to the point where now they're out of character because they are so frustrated with our play or my play that I need to perform better. And so I think it's hand in hand. I think the coach has to adapt, but players also have to be adaptable as well. They have to take coaching. They have to take the hard coaching. They have to be sometimes you got to be cussed out, and sometimes you got to be hugged, and sometimes you got to be loved, and you have to be receptive to all of those ways that different coaches, you've talked about it on a multitude of times, how you can say something to a player. They may not listen, but you tell another coach, hey, go say the same thing. And they are more receptive. So sometimes it's not the message, it's the person.
Yeah.
But as a player, whatever the message is, you have to be willing and able to receive it and understand that this is why it's being said. Coaches don't make stuff up. Like, we watch film, we see where you're playing poorly at or the things you're not doing to the level that we need to win, and we tell you about it. Now, you may not like how it's being delivered, but I'm not wrong in what I'm telling you. So however that message has to be distributed, and whether, it's one coach versus another coach, whether it's a pat on the back or a kick in the butt, that message is the message, and it still has to be done the right way.
I do think, though, that there's times where the coach isn't always right.
I agree with that 100% as well.
And I think that needs to be noted, too. And that's kind of what I'm saying about Monty, admitting to some change. And John Tortorella is another guy I put on here where Torts has been well known as a hard ass. The young players he had in Philly, he was all over them. He got criticized for being too tough, too mean, all these things. And then when he went to Vegas, he says personally, he's like, I walked into this locker room. This is not the group that needs that. This is an established team. Most of the team that's here just won a cup a couple of years ago. I need to just manage the people and kind of stay out of the way now. And so that brings me back to, like, the coach is not always right. That's why they get fired sometimes, because they make the wrong decisions or play the wrong guys or misutilize certain players.
Kind of reminds me, there's two different coaches that were kind of hard on their players, really established, well coached, like they were respected, but they were hard on their players and then softened up. One is Dick Vermeil.
Correct.
Dick Vermeil coming in to St. Louis. I remember DeMarco, in fact, talking about that. And
the practices, the 3-hour-long practices, 2-a-days, full pads.
It's like completely over the top. And Dick Vermeil softened up a little bit, got more out of his players, and it turned it around. The other example, of course, is Tom Coughlin in New York, where the players were like, I think it's Strahan was like, Uncle, enough. And they did it in a way that's like, hey, coach, we want to be great, we want to be pushed, but like this is you got to lighten up a little bit.
But I think it's easier to pull back the reins than it is to be soft in the beginning and then push and go harder on them. I think it's much easier to have to pull it back, be like, okay, I'm going. I completely agree. That's a little too far. I'll dial it back rather than going the other way. Because if I start off, being soft with my team, then they think that that's the way. And when you go the other way, they're like, well, what are you doing now? You've never done that.
Mike
McDaniel suffered from that.
What every team I've ever coached is the first month of my coaching. You may not like me, you will respect me, but there's a standard that gets put in place. And then once I see that standard is being met on a regular basis, then all the other things can come down a notch. There can be a little bit more of the pat on the back. But if you don't establish with a very distinct way of doing it that what the standard is or what you expect, then you can't implement it later.
You won't be able to.
It's too difficult. It's like putting the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't do it. It's too late at that point. So, yes. Hard coaching is one way of doing it. And I think what Monty meant, again, if we drag it back to the original topic, is Monty came in, and he's always been this one style of coach. He's a player's coach. He communicates extremely well. He has good expectations, high expectations. And this one time that he, not even the players haven't said it, by the way.
Right.
This is Monty's assumption that the one time he changed, went in a different direction, it had a negative effect on the players. Now that, I don't know. I wasn't in the locker room. I haven't asked the players about it, to be honest. But, again, if we go back to a couple of topics ago, it got to be tougher. It got to be tougher. That includes being coached tougher in a more difficult way and the expectations being higher than what they are, because being a team that has been awful to start the season 2 years in a row and then had to make this miraculous run, and then this year they fall short, that's not the way you do it.
You tell me if you agree with this. I don't think that this team is talented enough to not be tough. If that makes sense.
No, the Edmonton Oilers.
You can get away with a little bit of it. But you
added toughness.
Right, but you can, if you are extremely talented, you don't have to get into the rough stuff or play the gritty game. You got an enormous amount of talent.
Expectations are different for each player.
There you go.
100%.
But when you are not as talented as a team collectively, you got to have some grit, some toughness, a mindset where that puck is mine. I'm going to get it. You on the boards. I'm going to push you through. I'm going to put you through them. You have to have some of that. Not every single person, but as a team collectively, you have to have that mindset. As a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with everything you said. What did he say, Anthony?
We've gone after Jamie too many times. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Can Victor Scott be the longtime center fielder for the Cardinals, or are there some issues that are popping up? We'll dive into that next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, we go into Mentality once a week and stop in there to get our treatment, to get to feel better. And the one thing that I think we fail to mention often enough is the people there. How awesome they are, how helpful they are in explaining in real terms what is needed to feel better. We all want to feel like we're 25 again. And when you go into Mentality, they have human-based people that talk to you in layman's terms and give you real-life experience and understanding of what it is to help you feel better, feel more motivated, not have that sluggish feeling throughout the day, and be able to get your work done, your workout in, and still have time and energy to be with your kids and your family when it's all said and done.
That's what it's all about, right? Maybe you're not, you no longer want to be a workout warrior, right? But you do want to have the stamina to, go home at night and still play with the kids in the backyard and do all that. Or maybe you want to be kind of that weekend warrior from a sports competition. You know that was in you before, and now you just struggled with it. You're struggling with the energy. You're struggling with the motivation. You're struggling with your mood. It's all over the place, right? Well, Mentality helps with all that. 94% of men reported renewed energy and focus within 60 days of being on Mentality's program. Yeah. I'm one of the 94%. And Carey, once you hit the 60 days, if you haven't already, I'm sure you'll be that way as well. So you can't be 25 again, but you can certainly feel like it with the help of Mentality.
Yeah, they'll start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel, and they'll build a personalized treatment plan, testosterone replacement therapy, targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Go to Mentality or schedule your appointment today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Derek Gould of the Post-Dispatch and STLtoday.com chatted with BK and Ferrario earlier today, and one of the things that the guys asked him, or at least the conversation turned to, was Victor Scott and some of the struggles that we're now seeing. Well, what are Derek Gould's thoughts on Scott not only struggling, but if we could see them try maybe somebody else in center field? Here's Derek Gould.
Yesterday, they were obviously in a chase situation, but, I mean, Fermin was out there, right, in center field. And, you know, it wasn't Nathan Church out there, right? So I think you're starting to see that, maybe not with starts, but you're starting to see that within games. And some of it, too, is definitely a response to the situation. But it's also like, all right, well, let's see what this guy does with this opportunity if it comes within a game as opposed to start a game. Offensively for Vic, you know, I think, you know, when you watch him, he's trying to, like, break out of that flare to left field world, right? And that ground ball to second base. He told me in spring training, he said that's the one he can't outrun, is the 4-3. And he seems caught in between those two things again. He's made the most of some of those fly balls to left field. Either they get by, they flare, or he had a sacrifice fly over call where it was a really good situational hitting for him to go, okay, well, I know I can do this and I'll get the run in. But overall, it's not been that ball on the ground to left field and line drive to right. It's been the reverse of things. And that's when his game kind of goes awry. The lack of steals, sure, that relates to the lack of being on base. He's also given himself up a lot when you think about all the sacrifice hits he's had, which is the nature of where the Cardinals are. So those also are times when he's not necessarily, you know, I mean, those would be times when you think, okay, well, now say he sacrifices a guy over, he's not on base, or say he does get on base, but they're in a chase position, so he's really not stealing all that much with Weatherholt behind him. I think the circumstances have also kind of slowed the number of steals. So he's had two things playing against him there, and not on base all that often because he's given himself up or he's searched for a swing. And two, when he is on base, you know, you got these two guys behind him in Weatherholt and Pereira, who, you know, ostensibly should be able to drive him home from first, and so why risk the steal a second?
All right, so very detailed, and Derek Gould does a great job of explaining things in great depth and great detail. He gives context. He's fair in terms of his analysis. So that was a great breakdown. I think that's also kind of where I'm at with Victor Scott. Victor Scott could be an absolute weapon on the base pass, weapon obviously with the speed, game changer in terms of putting pressure on opponents. When it comes to him playing center field, the speed is there, lead speed, all that. Does not have a strong arm at all. He threw the one in, was it yesterday, last night, and barely got to shortstop. Another time over the weekend, he hit the pitching mound on a throw home. He does not have a good arm.
If I'm the Cardinals, I'm telling Mason Wynn, every time the ball gets hit to Victor Scott, run out as far as you can to him.
Well, they've done that before with other guys. So.
Wynn did throw that guy out at home.
He did, yeah.
Yesterday.
I mean, Wynn's got an absolute hose. So some of that, his arm.
Great perception.
His arm. His
that counted as an outfield assist for Scott, though, didn't it?
That one?
Yeah, I believe so.
Maybe it did.
Yeah, I think it does.
Mm-hmm. Either way, not the strongest arm in center.
It's okay.
Puts a lot of pressure on opponents when he gets on base.
Yeah, when.
So that's the tough part with Victor Scott. We see what he ultimately can be. We also have to understand where he is now as a player. So this is what the Cardinals have to decide too. I don't think it's time now to try Nathan Church in center field or somebody else in center field. But I do think that this has become a topic of conversation for not only us, obviously, but the Cardinals as well.
So I think the Cardinals also can't lose focus here either. Because in my head, I'm going, this is a John Mozeliak move. If they've said, we're going with the youth, we're developing, we're going to get through some of these tough times, and then we're 20 games into the season or whatever the heck it is right now, and you're like, well, Victor Scott's out. Yes, we got to go with somebody else. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like you're once again, you're not committed to what you've told your fan base and what you have said internally is going to be the mission. Now, do I think you leave him there for 100 games and if he's still batting like 135 on the season? Probably not. But this is where you got to work through it with Victor Scott. Find ways to get him on base. Well, even if it means, hey, you get up to bat and you see first base is a little deep or third base is a little deep, even if we don't call for a bunt, lay one down. Force them to play good defense against your speed. Get on base. I don't care how you do it. But I do think the Cardinals, if they're going to be true to what their statement has been, if Chaim Bloom is going to continue doing what he said he would do, you have to get through some of these rough times with players like Victor Scott. You got to give him an opportunity to work through it somehow.
Yeah, I see no reason to move him either. He's the caliber of defense that he plays, fielding wise, is top tier, top level defender in center field. And so we talked about this, in the offseason. Well, if he isn't hitting in the lineup, then you need to move him out. I don't think that that's true. Not yet. I mean, if he's hovering around 130, in June, July, okay, now we need to reset and try to figure out how to get you to at least have competitive at-bats, right? Because that's not sustainable for an entire career. But if you are a player like Victor Scott who does outstanding work in the field and the rest of the lineup is also performing at the level that you needed to, you don't substitute what I believe is Gold Glove defense up the middle just because you're not happy with what he's doing, especially right now. Right now, I think it's even to even think that it should be done. I think it's ridiculous. Sure. It's not where this team is right now. You're putting yourself in a position. You got to figure out who can do what. You're still, I know people have gotten excited about, they're second in the division, they're third, and we could win the division, we could win a World Series. Cool. This is a year where you're still trying to figure out who can play at the major league level, and you don't find that out by sitting the guy down because you're upset that he's not getting on base and you're 20 plus games in. Like it's still early. And again, what he does in the field should outweigh, what you're receiving at the plate for the time being. And if it gets to the point where he's struggling for an extended period of time, then you have to set for his own health, mental health, for him to be able to figure out how to get on base and hit the ball and have success that way, because that's the ultimate goal.
Carey just touched on his defense in the outfield. How much do you, and you brought up his arm, like how much do you weigh that in him being a center fielder?
I don't think the arm, Carey's right in terms of the speed is the best attribute. Correct. In center field, covering all that ground. You can make up for it, by having some guys in right and left. Not saying that Nathan Church, because Nathan Church has played a pretty good left field defensively. Jordan Walker's played a nice right field. But if you do have some liabilities in the corners, Victor Scott and his speed, being able to range gap to gap is vital. I don't think that having a strong arm in center field is necessarily an absolute must. But if you had somebody with a stronger arm that also could play center field, you can always kick Scott over to left.
Well, what's Nathan Church's arm like? Because, again, he finished the season last year playing a lot of center field.
He's got a strong arm. In fact,
there you go.
Who was it on the homestand that they played? They held somebody up as soon as the ball went to left field.
Was it Cleveland?
Might have been Cleveland.
Well, he threw a guy out.
Yes.
And then the next time he didn't realize how many outs it was. And
fair. Yeah.
So he has a strong enough arm to where they don't want to run on him if. Well, no, he didn't throw him out. They didn't run. I would think that was
They didn't run.
They didn't run. Yeah.
So he's got a much stronger arm than Victor Scott. Could you kick him over? Sure. Are you losing? Are you now losing what Victor Scott does the best, though, with his elite speed? Now I think you have more of a conversation about his offense if he's playing left than center field. That's my thought on it, because center field's more of a premium defensive position.
And with Nathan Church, it's not like he is an everyday guy at this point. You're putting Sajaci in there, you're putting Fermin in there. There is a rotation there to an extent. If you move him to center, well, then he is the center fielder, and now maybe Victor Scott is in that rotation. Is that something that you want to do? Do you feel like Victor Scott is more important to this ball club than Nathan Church is?
I think Victor Scott needs to start hitting a little bit more.
Yeah, so let alone what's going to happen when Lars Nootbaar gets back, because we know Lars is going to play, if healthy, as many games as they possibly can. So that means there's only so many spots available. Jordan Walker's not moving anywhere right now.
Right.
So center field will be your rotation there of Church and Victor Scott, and then whoever offensively can give you a little bit more might get the advantage.
Yeah.
So Victor Scott, and this is according to Baseball Reference, defensive runs saved above average last year. Center field, 12 was the number. Right now it's -1. And then defensive runs saved per, let me pull this up, per 1,200 innings, it was 13. Right now it's -7.
Who's that?
Victor Scott.
What is Nathan Church's?
Well, I got to pull that up now.
Well, sorry, Marshy. I thought we were having the conversation.
Eggplant emoji, and Jamie, you had mentioned this too. What happens when Newt comes back? Well, Newt probably gets hurt again.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Anthony.
Wow.
Why?
No need for that yet.
Am I wrong?
It'll take care of itself.
Am I wrong?
What?
Yeah.
We don't know, Anthony.
There it is.
Can't tell the future.
You said it. Chris said Church robbed a guy of a home run too. I think he did.
Yeah,
he's made some really nice plays. In fairness, CD brought up. He also forgot how many outs there were the one time. And
he's young.
Yeah,
that counting's tough sometimes.
1, 2, 3.
It certainly is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna give Marsh a chance to find those defensive runs saved.
I sideswiped him with that.
Jamie put him on the spot.
Maybe we'll do it at another.
We'll do it in the 5 o'clock hour.
There you go. We'll do it in the 6 o'clock hour. NFL 4 downs next on 101 ESPN.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part, it's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Maybe you like Oklahoma City, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You want to take him over in points. Victor Wembanyama just named the unanimous defensive MVP. Maybe you want to take him in blocks and rebounds. You can do that. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, outstanding performers every single night. Points, rebounds, and assists is always available for you. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals look to bounce back after losing to the Marlins last night by a final score of 5-3. Dustin May will be on the mound tonight for the Cardinals as they go up against the Marlins. 5:40 first pitch. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have some NBA playoff action for you as the Spurs take on the Trailblazers in game number 2. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
All right, time for NFL 4 Downs here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
First down.
Gentlemen, Justin Jefferson says that J.J. McCarthy is going to have to step it up with the addition of Kyler Murray. What are your thoughts on that room and what Justin Jefferson had to say about his young quarterback?
I think that Justin Jefferson wound up being pretty frustrated last year with the play, so to speak, of the quarterback.
Why'd you say so to speak?
Because they didn't play that well. And I think he seemed highly annoyed by J.J. McCarthy. And I don't know if that kid has a friend in the room anymore or in the building.
I thought it was very intriguing or very interesting watching Justin Jefferson, the real J.J., speak about J.J. McCarthy. And he had a smile on his face. He's like, yeah, I mean, he gonna have to pick it up, man. I ain't seen Justin Jefferson smile all year.
No.
I didn't see him smile.
What's not to smile about, Carey?
I mean, he's playing football, getting paid a ton of money. You should smile. He wasn't happy.
He smiled after week 1.
Maybe. After that, not that much more. Not many more smiles coming from old Justin Jefferson. He had a smile in that press conference, though. Speaking about through J.J. McCarthy to Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. You got to pick it up, man. But if you don't, I don't care. How's the resident Minnesota Viking fan feeling here? Are you excited?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of competition now for quarterback, and I think this only helps J.J. McCarthy. He is in a situation now where they bring in a veteran quarterback to essentially take over as QB1. And if J.J. McCarthy wants to have a career in Minnesota, he is going to change everything about his game, essentially. Not his mindset. I think he's got a good mindset for a quarterback. But he needs to go back to the drawing board and continue to evolve as a quarterback to ultimately get that spot back. If Kyler Murray gets injured, which he has been in the past, he's been injured multiple times, J.J. McCarthy needs to be able to step up and make sure that he never gives that job away. Will he do that? I don't know. But this can only help that quarterback room.
A couple questions for you, Marshy. Do you think J.J. McCarthy is capable of doing that? And do you think the Minnesota Vikings still view him as a potential starter at some point? Like if Kyler Murray got hurt, would J.J. McCarthy be the automatic under center, or would they go to somebody else? Because, I don't know if the J.J. McCarthy experience is still happening in Minnesota.
It just depends on how he plays, right? Like, he's going to have to show up to camp. He's going to have to look like a different quarterback.
Is he capable, though? I don't know.
I think he's capable of doing that.
CD, at that point in a guy's career, can he completely revamp himself?
JJ?
Just in general. Maybe some guys. I don't know.
I don't know if you. I think either. I mean,
we've seen reclamation projects.
Yeah, but I think they came from places where they weren't getting good coaching, in my opinion.
True.
J.J. McCarthy, I don't think that's his story. So
we're acting like this guy's been in the league for 5 years. He's played 1 year. He's 23 years old as of January. He played his first full season or not full. He didn't play all the games, but he was 22 years old. We have conversations about Jordan Walker finally figuring it out at the same age.
Marsh, I will tell you this. They didn't draft or they didn't bring anybody. They didn't sign a free agent to replace Jordan Walker. What I'm telling you is, like my teammate told me when that first-round draft pick came across the board at his position, man, the writing's on the wall. It's been fun knowing you, brother. I love you. Continue to do your job. They draft somebody at your position in the first round, or they sign someone as a free agent that is a starter at your position. I'm just saying the writing usually is on the wall.
I think they brought him in to make that quarterback room more competitive. It's not like they brought in Tom Brady. They brought in a guy who the Arizona Cardinals did not want.
They'd take him.
They actually are paying Kyler Murray to not be on their team. So let's not act like Kyler Murray is the guy who is going to lead them to the promised land like Geno Smith is in New York, right? Like,
true.
I'm excited to watch what Kyler Murray can do, but I think that this is a good move for the Vikings to create competition to tell J.J. McCarthy, hey, man, if you don't get your blank together and evolve as a quarterback, as a young quarterback, then you won't have a future here in Minnesota.
So you think
I think this is a good thing.
You think he's providing motivation?
100%.
I think
because
this is the Zach Wilson situation.
Last year they had nobody in that room. Like, who did they have in that room last year? They had a guy who who at one point was a really good starting quarterback, but has been a backup. And they had an undrafted quarterback out of Minnesota who played in the FCS for most of his career, and J.J. McCarthy, who came off a season-ending surgery, an injury, and he was playing in his first year in the NFL. Still went 6-4. The team was one game away from being a playoff team.
And they still went out and signed Kyler Murray.
They did to create more competition in that room.
Or to give them a starting quarterback. No, I'm not even being a jerk. I'm not. I'm not.
No, he more than likely, I'd say 99%, he'll be QB1. But that is a motivation tactic to make sure that J.J. McCarthy is ready. If Kyler Murray gets injured or is not playing well, maybe they give J.J. McCarthy another chance. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he works his magic and he does the reclamation thing with him like he did with
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold.
Maybe.
Second down.
What's wrong with you, Anthony?
All good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Mike Tomlin's got a new job. He will be joining NBC Football Night in America as a studio analyst. We know that Mike Tomlin, when he goes to the podium, he is just awesome with some of the stuff that he says. I'm excited to see what Mike Tomlin can bring to NBC. How about you guys?
I'm excited for Mike T. I think getting away from coaching, 19 years in Pittsburgh, one home, one place you've been the head coach for almost 2 decades, and now you get an opportunity to step away from it and look at it from a different angle. And I think he's going to bring a lot of great insight. He's a really, really good coach, very knowledgeable. He's a football dude. Like he loves the game of football, and so I'm intrigued to see how he views the game, not just from a Pittsburgh Steelers standpoint, but watching all of these teams across the league and kind of his viewpoints of what's going to happen that weekend.
I hope that Mike Tomlin just is himself. Like, I hope, because a lot of times, Carey, you know this too, you get these guys behind the desk and they change.
Yeah.
And they clean everything up and they're very impartial and they just don't ruffle feathers and it's very, very political almost. Okay. The best ones in the business are the ones that aren't afraid to break down the plays, highlight the mistakes, highlight the great plays, suggest what they could have done differently, how it could have worked better another way. Like, I want Mike T to be like, that was just a terrible half of football. Here's why. Roll the tape. Like, I want to see that. Like, that kind of thing. I don't want to be like, well, if they play better or they tighten up defensively, they could have a better second half.
I agree.
I think they don't do that because they don't want to bother or disrupt or disturb any coaches that are currently doing their job.
We need to cut the ties.
If you know how hard it is doing that job. So I think they tend to lean on the side of speaking.
Or what they do sometimes, Carey, and I've seen this, is these guys there's certain teams that they know that head coach might be on the hot seat.
They'll go in.
And they go in on those teams. I've seen hockey guys do it on TNT.
Not great.
I've seen it on the NHL Network. All of a sudden, one team in particular keeps getting lit up by the ex-head coach that's on the panel. And then said coach ends up behind that bench.
Interesting.
Yeah,
One way to go about it.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Third down.
Guys, the Seahawks are looking to trade down in this year's draft, even willing to trade within the division. The Seahawks only have 4 picks this year and are looking for more. They mentioned the value of their 32nd pick, which could entice teams. What are your thoughts on the Seahawks offseason and their potential draft moves after winning a Super Bowl?
I could see any team that wants Ty Simpson trading up to 32.
Yeah. Because they're guaranteed that fifth year if they draft him in the first round, which is what kind of what they mentioned. Just knowing what that fifth year means for a first round draft pick as opposed to the first pick in the second round, you get an additional year to have that player on your roster and not have to pay them in free agency just yet.
Especially a quarterback.
Especially a quarterback could be beneficial for them.
So I could see them doing that. Maybe it's Arizona, and that's why the article or the rumor report mention it that way. They're even willing to trade within the division. Well, who sits there at the third pick in the second round? Arizona.
Correct.
So they could go back up,
draft him in the first round, and be good,
Seattle.
and not spend the first 5 or 6 picks on a first round quarterback. Still get him in there with the first round salary.
Seattle slips to where Arizona picks and also requires some more compensation. Maybe they get 2 more picks out of it, and all of a sudden they got 6 total picks.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN, or 7 total picks, depending on what the compensation
we only
is.
did 3 downs.
Go for it.
Fourth down.
Yeah, can't do.
Marshall,
we're not going to punt.
CFL, baby.
We're not going to punt.
Hell no.
All right, Will Anderson, he signed a 3-year, $150 million deal with the Texans, 134 of that guaranteed. He is now the highest paid non-quarterback. Also has a no-trade clause, which is nice. He's only 24 years old.
Whoa, good for him.
Very well-deserved. And this Texans defense is going to be just nasty.
That man's living right. That's a good deal. Second in defensive MVP voting, only to Myles Garrett. But yeah, I think that's a great deal for him. 134 of it guaranteed, and you'll only be 27 when it's time to re-up again. Come on, man.
Yeah,
that's amazing for him. I think he's gonna make a lot. He's on the Kirk Cousins plan, financial planning program.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, nobody is. They're touching.
Listen, he gonna get another crack. He gonna get another bite at the apple, maybe 2 more, depending on how he signed another 3-year deal.
But the difference is, CD, if I may,
do tell.
Will Anderson can play. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What's trending is next. Got to check out my friends at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. They're just right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri. Easy to get to, minutes from South County. Not too far away from even the Illinois border. And they've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one location. New Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, Frontier models are all eligible for 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, remaining 2025 models have been discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP. And every new Nissan includes that 30-day return promise. When it comes to used vehicles, maybe you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle and not a new Nissan. They've got different makes and models when it comes to their used vehicles, not just Nissans. Those vehicles qualify for 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And right now, every vehicle on their website, when you head to AutoCentersNissan.com, is eligible for up to $1,000 in additional savings. Just pick the vehicle and hit the green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button, and you're going to lock in those savings instantly. No gimmicks, no special qualifications, just real instant savings. It's Auto Centers Nissan right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri. Shop now at AutoCentersNissan.com.
news in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, if you thought fans thought the Cardinals ownership group was cheap, wait till you hear about the Trailblazers, the Portland Trailblazers. This is according to Jason Quick, senior writer for The Athletic. New Trailblazers owner Tom Dundon is reportedly enforcing strict cost-cutting measures. The staff is required to check out of hotels by 12:30 p.m. to avoid late fees. The team masseuse was denied a room for pregame treatment. Two-way players are not allowed to travel for playoff games due to cut cost, and free T-shirts for fans at Game 3 has been canceled. What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Do you know who Tom Dundon is?
He is the owner of the Trailblazers.
Yeah, he's also the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, this is the cheapest multi-billionaire you've ever met in your life.
Mm-hmm.
This is a man that does not have to skimp. If some people think, well, why do you think he's a billionaire? Listen, the money that he is not spending is not even a flea on an elephant's ass. It's not. It's not. Like a hotel room. Like, come on. The team gets a discount, probably $200 for the hotel room. I don't know about you. Sometimes I spend more than that at the hotel bar. I'm just saying. It happens. So Tom Dundon is famous for being this cheap. This is why people have left Carolina. This is why their scouting staff, he stopped paying for them to travel.
You just had them watching the games on TV, right?
Watch them on your computer.
Yeah, I remember that.
You can watch more than one. You can watch more than one game a night that way.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
instead of sending you to a game to, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, Carey. It might be different in football. There are so many trades and deals and things that you find out while being in the building. Mm-hmm. As a broadcaster, I talk to all the scouts and GMs and everything, but I find out things before they happen because I'm in the building. I'm not looking at my computer screen hoping to be on the team chat on my phone. And he got rid of a bunch of the staff. That's why Don Waddell left Carolina. He loved being in Carolina, loved the Hurricanes. I can't work for this guy anymore. Rod Brendamore was the most underpaid head coach in the league. He signed a good deal this time, but then he wanted Tom Dundon to go and get some players because the Carolina Hurricanes have been one of the best teams in the league regular season, but they're missing grit. Yeah. And Rod Brendamore wanted him to go and spend. He didn't spend money. So, so this doesn't surprise me at all. And I don't understand, like if you buy a pro sports team, if you have enough money to, one, he has a company, he owns a company that was successful enough to buy the Carolina Hurricanes. So not only does he own those two entities that are extremely valuable, now he has enough pocket change to go buy the Portland Trailblazers. If you have that kind of money, why are you skimping? Like, why are you not wanting to be the best franchise? Like, you look at Ryan Smith in Utah. This guy has spent the money, and he built an unbelievable practice facility for his players, so much so the players don't even want to go home half the time. They stay there right through dinner time until they go to bed later on at night. Like, he is creating the ultimate experience for these players and the fans. And then Tom Dundon, you got this guy who owns more than one sports franchise. They just let this guy keep buying teams. I'm not impressed. If you're going to be that successful, let your players and your staff be that successful too.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's done things right. He's a massively financially successful human being.
Yeah.
Canceling T-shirts for the fans?
What are you doing? Like, canceling T-shirts? Oh, boy, that's probably like $2,000.
That's somebody that knows the dollar of everything but understands the value of nothing.
Ooh, wow.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
That's really
Wise words from you, Anthony.
Yeah, I said them.
That was nice.
I don't know if somebody else said them first, but you know what?
We attribute that to you.
Yeah,
that's yours.
Yep. Thanks, CD. Yep. Appreciate you, man.
Last thing here. Unfortunately, Brendan Donovan has been placed on the 10-day IL with a left groin muscle strain.
Cardinals win the trade.
Well, that means that when the Mariners visit here in town,
no
this
standing
weekend,
O.
no standing O.
Oh,
what are they going to do?
Unless he waves to the crowd.
Oh, he will. Here.
Yeah.
He might not even be here.
Oh, he'll be here. He's got to be here.
Oh, the BFIB will be just bombed.
Devastated. No, he's got to be here. He'll be here.
If not, get a cardboard cutout.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up there.
Yeah.
They have done
Gotta
it
do the old
before.
Stevie-O, yeah.
Because like you said, Anthony, we know it's not really for Donovan.
No. Wait, what?
Wow.
No, it
Come on,
absolutely
man.
is for Donovan and the players.
No, I agreed with you when you said that it's for the fans themselves to do that.
Jamie. I think
These
you
are
may.
the best fans in baseball.
I know.
Yes.
I tried to tell Anthony that. He didn't disagree. He just said that they're in it for themselves.
Wow. That's ridiculous, man.
First CD with the teacher thing. Now you? Huh? Now
I
you?
actually never said anything about the teacher thing.
We didn't either.
I was speaking about my viewpoint on the teachers, and you all kind of internalized it that I was going against you.
No, you're staring at us, pointing at us, yelling at us.
I spoke from a parent's perspective, which all of us are, excluding Marcy. And I was talking about how teachers have it hard, man.
CD. People had us lined up,
they
tied up, firing squad, and Carey's like, hey.
And another thing.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Can I tell you a true story for a second?
Yes.
Carey, let me tell you a true story. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. And get up with Ashley and Reed, her youngest son. He's a lacrosse goalie. He's playing very well, by the way, this year, having his best season.
Good
Looking
for him.
forward to a couple of good games at the lacrosse fields out in Chesterfield.
Yeah.
We walk up to the field, 3 seconds being there. We even brought both dogs, Nala and Bunsen. Hey, guys, let's go for a distraction, right? Nope, not this guy. Hey, Jamie, I was listening to the show the other day. My son's a geometry teacher. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. I like what Carey was saying.
Exactly.
I agree with Carey. I go, I did too.
We did too.
I mean, what are you talking about? I
Bo
did
Davis,
too.
Yeah.
People.
He started laughing. He started laughing. Like he was in on it, you know. Like
Meanwhile, we're getting shot constantly.
Yeah.
We're still not dead, and
I
Carey
gotta
does
watch
nothing about
myself
it.
going to the car.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Vote for those teachers, too.
Vote for Davis.
Of course. Vote for Davis. Meanwhile, Carey's vote for Davis and those teachers. But me first.
Of course.
We need a new Gauntlet contestant. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to play one of us in the Gauntlet, you have an opportunity now. Make sure you text in. Gauntlet next. I had the team out from Don's Garage Doors yesterday to look at my garage door, and what I got was an education. And it's funny, you say, well, there's not much to a garage door. There's actually a ton to it. And again, I learned it from Don's Garage Doors. Their technicians go through an expansive 6-month training program to make sure that they understand what's really going on with your garage door. It's not just, hey, the spring has been broken, make sure that you replace it. No, at Don's Garage Doors, they actually make sure that with the weight of the garage door is actually proportionate to what the motor is going to do. So if your motor, if the door is too heavy on the way down, the motor starts to break down over time. And instead of getting, 30 some odd years out of a motor, which sounds crazy, you only get, maybe 10 years out of the motor and you're replacing it again. Don's Garage Doors do an excellent job of making sure that they actually understand what is going on. So if you have a problem, I highly, highly recommend calling them at 866-4-DON-STORE. 866-4-DON-STORE. You can also go to donsgaragedoors.com. If you need a replacement, they can do a replacement for you. Maybe you just call them for a tune-up. They got a $29.95 a tune-up special going on right now. Make sure that they come out, see if everything's working in order. They can recommend some things, or they can kind of just tell you how your garage door is performing so that maybe you save a big cost down the road. Again, give them a call. 866-4-DON-STORE or visit donsgaragedoors.com.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
406, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And Marsh Day over here. We got my namesake.
Yes.
All right. Anthony. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, great name. Thank your parents every day, okay?
Will do.
Anthony, would you like to take on Marsh, CD, Jamie, or me?
I think I'm going to go, I was on about a year ago, got beat by Jamie Rivers, so I feel like I need another shot at him.
Revenge spot. I love it. I love the revenge spot.
Anthony, good luck, my friend.
All right, you too, man.
Okay, so Jamie's going to head into the cone of silence. And Anthony, you're going to tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
All right, spin that wheel, Marsh.
Anthony, what are you hoping for?
I won't give too much away, but since it's Jamie, I'll just say anything but hockey will be.
Okay, let's hope.
Okay.
Let's hope that the wheel. Oh, I'm just looking at Marsh's face right now.
You should have never said anything.
Oh, jeez. Is it hockey, really?
Yep.
Come on now. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You're already thinking it, so the wheel was already in your head.
Yeah, it didn't matter either way.
Didn't matter. Yeah, sorry, man. Well, hey, actually, you know what? I'm not sorry because you're ready for the challenge.
All right. Go.
There we go. 4 questions, all hockey related. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Here we go. The Hurricanes prevailed 3-2 in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference first-round series on Monday, despite 43 saves by Ottawa's goalie. Name that goalie.
I believe it's Olmark. Final answer.
Question number 2. Jordan Stahl has served as Carolina's captain since 2019, but who preceded him in that role during the 2018-19 season?
Options.
Is it Justin Falk, Sebastian Aho, or Justin Williams?
Give me Justin Williams. Final answer.
Question number 3. Identify the school that in 2025 won its first NCAA men's hockey title.
Okay. I'll take the options.
Options are Western Michigan, Penn, or Penn State.
Western Michigan. Final answer.
All right, Anthony. Final question. The Note finished 37, 33, and 12 for 86 points. Can you tell us the only Blue with more than 1 shorthanded goal?
Let's see. Okay. Somebody that killed penalties. Let's try Pavel Buchnevich. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Anthony, how you feeling?
Not great.
Okay. Well, see what we do here. Jamie's walking back in. He's walking with a strut. He's flexing, in fact.
Holding my breath more than anything.
Either way. Jamie, how was the Cone of Silence?
Very silent.
No rider?
Nothing. No rider, no music, no Jordan, no nobody.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Well, you had an opportunity to lock in.
Yep.
You gonna tell them what category?
Your category today is hockey.
Pack a lunch.
That's terrible.
That's my bad, CD.
Thank you.
That's
You're
terrible.
dropping ball a lot today.
It's all good, man.
Hockey, huh?
You know what? I'll leave in an hour.
Please do.
As a punishment.
Really?
Yeah. Our favor. Wow. Well, for your kids.
That's what he says.
It's one way to lift up a teammate right there.
Well, it's a favor for your family.
You know what? Let's go with random. Give me the random question. All right, here we go. Question number 1. The Hurricanes prevailed 3-2 in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference first-round series on Monday, despite 43 saves by Ottawa's goalie. Name this goalie.
Linus Ullmark. Final answer.
Yeah, we're looking for Linus, but okay.
No, it's pronounced Linus.
We don't care.
Question number 2.
Our rules.
Jordan Stahl has served as Carolina's captain since 2019, but who preceded him in that role during the 2018-19 season?
That would have been Mr. Game 7, Justin Williams. Final answer.
Question number 3. Identify the school that in 2025 won its first NCAA men's hockey title.
Jamal Mayers went to this school. So did Mike Eastwood. Maybe Western Michigan. Final answer.
And final question. The Note finished 37, 33, and 12 for 86 points. Can you tell us the only Blue with more than one shorthanded goal?
That would be Robert Thomas. I believe he led the team in shorties this year. Final answer.
Okay. Let's go over these. Hockey. Anthony, who did not want hockey. Anything but hockey, he said. Will said, you can go chase yourself. Jamie likes the hockey.
I do.
Likes the hockey. Yeah. Question 1. The Hurricanes prevailed 3-2 in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference first-round series on Monday, despite 43 saves by Ottawa's goalie. Name that goalie. You both went with Linus Allmark.
All right.
Correct answer is
Linus Allmark.
Neither of you needed the options on that one.
Boy,
so
Anthony.
we got a 2-2 tie. Jordan Stahl has served as Carolina's captain since 2019, but who preceded him in that role during the 2018-19 season? Anthony said Justin Williams. Jamie said Justin Williams. Correct answer is
It is Justin Williams.
but Jamie didn't need the options, so Jamie takes a 4-3 lead. Identify the school that, in 2025, won its first NCAA men's hockey title. Anthony said those dirty Western Michigan Broncos. Jamie also said those dirty, filthy Western Michigan Broncos. Correct answer is...
Anthony's least favorite team, the Western Michigan Broncos.
That's right. Unfortunately for Anthony, he also needed the options on this question, so now he's down by 2. But Anthony did not use the options on question 4.
Oh, my.
The Note finished 37, 33, and 12 for 86 points. Can you tell us the only Blue with more than one shorthanded goal this season? Jamie went with Robert the Thomas without the options. Anthony went with Pavel the Buchnevich without the options. If it's Booch, we get a walk-off. Is anybody else that wore a Blue Note this season, including Robert Thomas? Jamie wins today. Anthony.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Anthony, you got 4 points, 3 out of the 4 correct. Unfortunately, Jamie posted the snowman because it is Robert Thomas. The correct answer is Robert Thomas. But for not wanting hockey, you had yourself a great gauntlet today.
Hey, I'm not even mad. If you're going to get beat, you might as well get beat. If a clean sweep by Jamie, so well done, Jamie.
Absolutely.
Anthony, great job, man. Honestly, that's a really good job, especially if you didn't want hockey.
He's out.
He's gone?
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, there we go.
Pause for a dramatic
He cut out for a second. Yeah.
I appreciate it, guys.
Good job.
Yeah, good
buddy.
job,
Take care,
Anthony.
man.
See ya.
All right.
Hey, you know what? He went down swinging. He did.
I mean,
he went in the ring with
3
Tyson.
of the 4 questions right.
He went right in the ring with Tyson and did okay. You know,
He hung in there, man.
he did.
Good job.
We're going to talk to Hakeem Butler at the bottom of the hour. So 4:30, Hakeem Butler will play for, or obviously plays for the Battlehawks, and he'll join us, wide receiver, outstanding Battlehawk during his tenure. So we'll get to him in about 15 minutes. First, though, we'll talk about Jordan Kyrou, some comments made by Monty and Army on Jordan Kyrou. We'll get to those next on 101 ESPN. You know, Jamie, I feel like our guy Stewie has so many different programs that we talk about, whether it's for, veterans and VA loans and different programs that he has along, throughout the year. But the one true one for Stewie, one that he created himself, it's the bagel loan. And Stewie, I know that's your pride and joy. Talk to us about the bagel loan.
Anthony, you know what? This is a great product. We talk about it all the time, but I want to talk about two different customers that we've been dealing with. One is a customer that called us during the fighting in the war in the Middle East and said, hey, I want to refinance. I know rates have gone up. Can you do my application? Get me ready. And as soon as the opportunity comes, I'll leave it up to you. Grab the lower rate. And we did that for him. Another customer that's called us and said, hey, I want to refinance, same time period. I'll call you back. I'll let you know. He calls us back. The fighting resumes. Rates are up. We couldn't take care of him. Right now, there's a little bit of peace talk in the Middle East. Rates have dropped back. If it ends tomorrow night, overnight, you can see rates go up 0.25%. If you're in the upper sixes or even higher, this is the time to refinance for free with the bagel loan. Won't cost you a dime. You'll miss a mortgage payment, and your payment will go down $500 a month for free, for nothing. Take advantage while you can. We know and we watch the markets for you. So if the opportunity is there, we'll tell you, take it now. That's our job. Leave it to us. Do the application. Get it set up. And when the time is coming, the time is ready, we'll call you, pull the trigger, and make it happen.
And it's our job, Anthony, to get people to call Stewie. Because you just heard what the man can do for you. Save you lots of money, make your life a lot easier. But you got to call him or text him. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that personal cell phone is 314-324-4440.
As soon as you're done listening to this, pick up the phone and call our guy Stewie. If you can't remember that number because you're driving around or you just have a bad memory like me and Anthony do, you can always
Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Enjoy the weather, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Jordan Kyrou is a dynamic offensive player who can make things happen out of nothing offensively. We didn't see that as much this year as we did the year before. Everybody has seasons in their career where they dip. And, it's going to be exciting to see how well Jordan Kyrou rebounds with a terrific summer and comes back and is the player and the dynamic offensive player for the Blues that everybody expects.
And then
Jim Montgomery talking about Jordan Kyrou. Of course, Kyrou is going to be a topic of conversation not only for the fans, but also the media.
No.
Jamie is scoffing at this.
We've
He
never
doesn't
talked
know
about
why.
Jordan Kyrou before.
Oh, we've talked about him. And the people have talked about him big time.
Did they ever.
So that was Monty.
Yeah.
What does Doug Armstrong feel about Jordan Kyrou in this exact moment?
I think, you take the last 3 years, 30-goal scorer. I think he's a 30-goal scorer that had a bad year, had an off year. And quite honestly, he never found a block of play during the whole season where it was 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 games. It was just a sporadic year. He's in the prime of his career. He wants to be successful. How he's going to go about doing that is something that he's going to have to wrestle with Jim and Alex on making sure this doesn't happen again. If you're going to play in this league probably for 15, 16 years like he could, not every year is going to be a Rembrandt. If I'm him, I'm excited to get up tomorrow morning to go to work to prove everybody that the 25-26 season was an aberration. That's not who I am. And I believe that's what he's going to do.
So I get it, and they're right. But you better have the same talk, and you better have the same warning for a number of other guys on the roster. Like, that's the only part that I don't like. And I know the question, it's not like Monty and Army specifically said, hey, I want to talk to you about Jordan Kyrou and his problems, the media asked him specifically about Jordan Kyrou, so he answered it very truthfully, and I agree 100% with what Doug Armstrong just said, and Jim Montgomery. However, as the media, maybe somebody could have said, who else do you think needs to take this approach in the offseason? Because there are a number of guys, when I'm looking at the stats right now, that underperformed. So, yes, Jordan Kyrou, the lightning rod. Go ahead, take your shot. But who else falls in this category? Because that's really what the problem is. You were lacking secondary scoring. That's everybody not named Thomas Holloway Snuggerud. So everybody else falls in that secondary scoring. Where did it come from? Because Pavel Buchnevich had a bad year. Jake Neighbors had a down year. Fowler, Parayko had down years. Dvorsky was his rookie year. We're going to give him a pass on that one. He had 12 goals and 9 assists. But so where's that secondary scoring coming from? But Jordan Kyrou can be a huge piece of it. But that's the thing is Jordan Kyrou, at least he's proven he can do it at the NHL level. And now what he has to do the next morning by waking up and getting back to work, I don't really know. Because it ain't talent. It's not like he can't skate, he can't shoot, he can't deke, he can't pass. It's probably between the ears that you're talking about Jordan Kyrou in this manner. And it's probably a little more, they want to see a little more desire and more battle in his game. Totally agree. Same token, you need other guys to score too. Waking up the next morning. Like, it'd be nice to see Pavel Buchnevich wake up the next morning and get his training going right away this year and not have a slow start. That'd be one thing I would like.
Sure.
If I was running the team.
And maybe you will be someday.
I highly doubt that.
Okay, all right. Well, I went too far. I went too far.
You did a little too far,
Okay,
but I appreciate your
far.
support
All right.
nonetheless.
What about Jordan Kyrou? What does he think about his numbers and why he thinks the numbers were so low?
I mean, I think it's tough, as a group when we get off to a tough start, it kind of just hard to, bring it back and for everyone to just kind of get going kind of thing. And, it's just tough, right? I mean, like I said, I think we just need to reset and reflect and, just try to focus on next year and, just coming in and having a great start in a competitive camp and, get ready to go on.
I mean, what else is he going to say?
Right.
Can I take a second to respond to a couple of things on the text line?
Of course.
One of them says that why does Jamie always deflect when the criticism of Kyrou? I'm not deflecting the criticism of Kyrou. It's a lazy narrative, though. Like, it's lazy. It's when it's easy to be like, Jordan Kyrou's a problem. Okay. What else have you got for me? Because I'm agreeing with that part of it. I'm agreeing that Jordan Kyrou had a down year, a bad year. But he's not the only guy. So it's not deflecting. It's like, hey, let's at least acknowledge the other problems that are going on. So, and then as far as one of them says, well, he makes the same amount of money as Robert Thomas, which is ridiculous. So then take that up with Army because he gave him the contract.
Yeah.
So the player didn't sit there and
say,
say,
you're defending it.
I'm not. I'm just saying. It's the general manager or the president of hockey operations that gave him that contract.
Okay. All right. CD, where do you think Kyrou's playing next year?
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be a St. Louis Blue. He's got a no trade clause in his contract. What are you saying? Be here.
I mean, if I'm saying
how can you trade a guy? He don't want to be traded, Anthony.
Well, I can't.
Well, then send him to the minors.
Nah.
We've seen it before.
What are you going to do with that money?
Eat it.
Eat it?
Yeah.
You know how much money that is? It's a lot of money to eat.
No. But sometimes I like talking as if I'm a hardened Blues fan that's tired of seeing one guy ruin it for the entire team.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know how that.
This is tennis, right?
No. Talking.
We lost it. We lost
talking
it.
Hockey.
He's gone.
He's locked in. He's on the text thread.
Some people are just morons. Yeah. That's all. They don't even do this. One guy tried to criticize the way I talk. Okay.
Hey, we got to get to Hakeem Butler.
Way more important stuff.
Next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Battlehawks wide receiver Hakeem Butler will join us next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And in a second, we're going to be joined via the Callier and Thompson phone line by wide receiver Hakeem Butler from the Battlehawks. And he's certainly one of the fan favorites here. And I've thoroughly enjoyed watching Hakeem Butler in a Battlehawk uniform since the inception, because he has been absolutely fantastic. He's already off to another great start to the Battlehawk season as well. So, again, we'll be joined by Hakeem Butler here in a second. Cardinals back in action tonight against the Miami Marlins, 6:40 Eastern, 5:40 local time. Dustin May versus Chris Paddock. All right. Again, joining us via the Callier and Thompson phone line is Battlehawks wide receiver Hakeem Butler with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Hakeem, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Well, we're doing great. You're certainly, I mentioned it while Marsh was getting you set up on the phone. You're definitely a fan favorite and certainly one of our favorites here in the Fast Lane as well. How do you feel like the season is going so far, especially with the new offense being implemented?
I mean, obviously we got 2 losses, which, nobody wants to lose. I think both of those have been lessons, and even in the wins, we have some lessons. So it's a growing process. That's what I'll say.
Hakeem, you got a new coach this year, Ricky Prohl, and Coach Beck has moved on to a different team. Just for you personally, what differences have you seen in the offense, per se, with the new coach on board?
Well, with the whole new staff, it comes new personalities, and with the new offense that I've never been in, it comes with growing pains, and it comes with also a lot of fun. I love learning new things. So I would say we've been a bit explosive, maybe not as explosive as we want, for sure, but we're coming along, and I don't know, man. I really love the process of just coming into our own.
Hakeem, I tell these guys often, I played offense, I played fullback, and I tell them that learning a new offense, new terminology can be like learning a new language. Have you had any issues? Like, how hard is it to go from different offenses, multiple offenses over a couple of years, and just learning the terminology, knowing that it's the same plays, the same route concepts, but it's called something different? How difficult is that at times?
I think for maybe others, it could be a bit difficult. For me, I played a lot of ball, a lot of different places, different levels. So it kind of irons itself out. It's just, everybody moves at a different pace. So we're trying to get everybody on the same page.
Hakeem, just on the heels of Carey's question, as, obviously looking things over, you spent some time on a few practice rosters in the NFL and obviously the Battlehawks and whatnot. Is that how difficult is that, or is it not, when you're bouncing from not just team to team, but even league to league, and certainly different guys that are coaching in those positions?
Man, I tell everybody, football is a very easy, simple sport to me. Like it's the coaches and the people that make it harder. But football is very simple. So for me, I've kind of moved around, bounced around my whole life. I've always Friday Night Lights is one of my favorite movies, and the thing that I carry with me is when Boobie Miles is just like roll with the punches. That's like a mantra I say constantly. No matter what happens, just roll with it. And so I embrace it all, man, and I love every second of it, just to even have those opportunities.
I thought you were going to say, if you want to win, put Boobie in, and that was your mantra.
that's another one. That's another one I live by, for sure.
Hakeem, I see that you talked about Friday Night Lights. You grew up in Texas. You had 2 cousins that played Division I basketball at Kentucky. Tell me about that experience growing up in that household. All 3 of you guys, Division I athletes. What were those competitions like with you 3?
Well, I mean, it was 4 of us. My little brother as well. My sister, she stayed in Baltimore because she was a grown woman, but all four of us, man, everything is competition. Like it's competition, literally who gets done eating first, video games. And they were older, so they were ranked really high in basketball. So me and my little brother, we had to help those two. Like we would go to the gym and they would just dunk on us. We would just do drills and they would just sit there and just dunk on us. And I'm like, man, I'm tired of this. I gotta push back. So then I learned how to dunk on people too. And me and my little brother learned how to dunk on people. So it's just a family of competitive dunkers at a point.
Hakeem Butler, Battlehawks wide receiver, joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Hakeem, I'm sure there's a lot of different coaches, and maybe now that some kids are out of school, maybe some high school players that could be listening right now. What would be your biggest advice for anyone that wants to play wide receiver, maybe stepping into that position right now, or they want to take their game to the next level?
Oh, man. How much time do we have? Wide receiver, it's fun at times, but you got to be willing to do the dirty work. And I don't know, man. Just attack the ball. Attack the ball is what I always say, man. That's definitely what I would go out and kind of lay it on.
Go get it.
Go get it.
Up in the air, it's yours, not the DBs.
Absolutely.
Hakeem, I often ask us former collegiate college basketball, football players with the NIL, the way that it's set up today. You were a star receiver at Iowa State. Do you have a little bit of jealousy that we missed that NIL opportunity? Because the way that these guys are getting paid, I would be driving to work in something much different if I had that NIL money. Trust me, it'd still be different.
Oh, Lord, man. I got a lot of friends. I got a couple friends that are coaching college ball right now, so they always tell me about some of the deals. One of my best friends coaches at Colorado State, and we were talking about some deals and stuff last night. And man, I'm just like, he's like, Hakeem, you would have made so much money, like you would have made a lot of. And I'm just like, everything happens for a reason. I might not have been a good person if I had all that money at 19.
That's good perspective. So that's for sure.
I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at. Of course, hindsight's 20/20, but I can't be mad at my mom for having me 4 or 5 years too early.
Yeah. Indeed.
A couple more things for Hakeem Butler here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. All right, so tell us about your teammates. Who's the best athlete on the team, save from you, of course?
Well, I'm going to go me first.
Yeah, I was trying to eliminate that, Hakeem. Come on.
We already knew that
one. Best athlete on the team, that's very difficult, man. I haven't seen a lot of these guys outside of football, but Gary Jennings is a freak athlete for sure. Yeah, he's a freak. Steve McBride. Most of Peasy, like I would say the receiver room has like the most freak athletes really. And outside of receiver room, we have a DB by the name of Fresh. He's an athlete for his size, man. It's kind of crazy.
You all take on the Orlando Storm this weekend, and talk to me about Orlando. What do you all have to do to get that W?
Oh man, it's early in the week. I'm trying to keep the bulletin board stuff, out of there. But man, they're a good team, 4-0. They've earned all those wins for sure, one way or another. So I think we just kind of have to be resilient. Coming off a loss, we kind of got to clear that and just be ourselves. Focus on the main thing and don't get caught up in all the BS.
All right, there you go. Good stuff. Hakeem, we appreciate your time, and we'll certainly be watching throughout the course of the rest of the season as the Battlehawks look to make a run here. So thanks for your time today.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys.
All right, take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, buddy.
You as well.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Hakeem Butler, wide receiver for the Battlehawks, certainly a player that has made just big plays after big plays while with the Battlehawks.
Yeah, been one of the best players in the UFL and done a fantastic job of going and getting the ball. Like you said, go get it. Go up and get it.
That's right.
He is a freak athlete, man.
Yeah, he is.
Watching that
100%.
big boy out there running around doing the routes, catching ball. It's fun.
Yeah,
I was reading him and his cousins are Aaron and Andrew Harrison. They both were Kentucky basketball players, really high level, top tier basketball players going into college. And just growing up, I'm sure in that household with that many Division I athletes, the amount of fights and arguing and competitiveness, I'm sure it never ended, and it wasn't much sleep happening around there, trying to win at everything. So I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, so our thank you to the Battlehawks and to Hakeem Butler for joining us. We got Beat the Streak and Bet the Board next.
Well, it wasn't very long ago that I decided to remodel my kitchen, and I knew right away that I needed to trust the best in the business, and that's E&B Granite. I knew nothing about remodeling the kitchen, didn't even know what kind of countertops or cabinets I was looking for. So I made it easy on myself. I drove down to 6135 Manchester Avenue, right to E&B Granite, walked inside, talked to the in-house design staff, and they were awesome. Walked me into the back, showed me all of the different kinds of countertops that were available, then the different colors and patterns. Then we talked backsplash and the cabinets, and of course, they respected the budget, too. Everybody's got a different budget that they're willing to spend or what they can spend, and E&B Granite, what they do is they maximize that budget for you. The technicians are awesome. The demolition was clean and easy. They did a great job, and then once everything was done and finished, I could not believe how great my kitchen looked, and that's all thanks to E&B Granite, their in-house design staff, and their technicians. So if you're looking to remodel your kitchen, your bathroom, or that outdoor living space, give them a call, book an appointment. That number's 314-645-9300. Again, that's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit eandbgranite.com.
streaking!
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming. And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We welcome back Nick to beat the streak. You might be thinking to yourself, well, we just had Joey, isn't it? It wasn't Nick. No, Nick from last year.
What?
He had a streak of 8, and then the damn season ended. So now Nick is back to continue his streak, and he'll pick first tonight. What's up, Nick?
How's it going, guys?
Doing great, man.
Doing great, man. So, again, you've got a streak of 8. We apologize. We didn't get you on at the start of the year, but Jamie messed up.
Sure did. Jamie's fault to keep track of all that stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so...
I was going to say, good job, Jamie. You got the Blues TV and everything, and then you forget that.
Yep.
Seriously, right? It's totally my bad. I apologize.
It's all him.
I'll do better. Okay, everybody? I'll do better.
From here on out, you've talked to the
Got
people.
so much going on.
You've talked to the people that are close to you, that you've needed to talk to, and now...
Talk to you guys.
Everyone in the
We'll
fast
keep that,
lane.
we'll keep that private.
Is going to get the best version of you. Yeah.
Keep it private.
All right. So we know that Nick has 8. Marsh, what other streaks are we dealing with?
Carey has a nice streak of 5. We just blamed Jamie for this mishap, but he's leading the pack with a streak of 6 right now. So he's doing pretty good.
There he is. So Nick, then Jamie, then CD.
I have a streak of 2, and Anthony, you're back to 0.
JJ Weatherbolt got a hit. Wait, do I have JJ Weatherbolt?
He didn't get a hit.
Yeah, he got hit.
He got hit.
He
for
got
sure.
He's going to get hit. That counts, Marsh. Hey, thank you.
Jamie tried to implement that rule, I think, not too long ago.
Which one was that?
Was it if you walk?
Yeah, if you got a good eye, you shouldn't be punished.
A walk is as good as a hit, is what they used to say.
Hit by pitch. You didn't specify what kind of hit.
No, sir.
So what's my streak? 5?
I don't hate it. Anytime a guy gets on first base, that should count.
No, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't think that's the rule, Anthony. You would have a streak of 5.
I don't think so.
But that's not the rule, gentlemen.
All right, I'm back to Goose. All right, Nick, go ahead.
Well, I can't decide between Alec Burleson, who went 0 for 4 last night, or Mason Wynn, who's starting to heat up a little bit. Let me go with Alec Burleson, right-hander on the mound. He's due for a hit today.
Wow, Nick, with a streak of an 8 on the line, is going with the do factor. This is interesting.
It's a bold move.
Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm thinking, give me that Jordan Walker. 15 games in a row, Carey. I like that, Carey.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Jaywalk.
Victim.
Thanks, Jamie.
You're welcome.
You know what? Give me Otto Lopez.
Stenberg?
Can he hit?
We don't know. We haven't seen him play.
Yeah. Lopez.
Sounds like Marsh wanted him.
Yeah, well, I got to pick somebody else now. Anthony, he might get hit by a pitch, but I think he's going to get a hit tonight. JJ Weatherholt.
It's a terrible pick. That guy just gets hit in the leg on breaking balls. I'm going to double dip with my guy, Ivan Herrera. So when he touches seats tonight, I'll also pick up a streak. I'll get my streak back up to 6, right, Marsh?
No.
I don't know if it works like that.
No. Okay. All right. Nick, glad to have you back, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good, guys.
All right. Take care.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. There you go. That is Beat the Streak, from Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. All right, how we doing, Marsh?
Anthony, you and I stink. Specifically me. I only have 4 points in the month of April. Anthony, you have 6. Jamie and Carey tied at 9.
It's me, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Give me that hockey. I would like to go with the over in the first period of the Boston-Buffalo game. It's at -125.
I would do 1.5 hits, runs, RBI for Pajes, Andy.
I was like, what?
Not that other one.
Oh, not the other one?
His brother.
That the other Pajes? Okay. Let's see here. Marsh, I'm going to take the Cubs on the money line in the first 5 innings, minus 125.
That's a thing.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. That's a thing.
Never seen that.
I've never seen it in my life.
Oh, it's a thing.
Look, you go. You're close. He's got it pulled up.
You got what pulled up?
He's got it pulled up.
I don't have it pulled up, but I can.
Oh, yeah. See, he didn't have it pulled up, Gary.
Oh, stop it. It's a thing. Marsh, back me up on this.
I have seen it before.
Never seen that before.
Well, why has Marshy seen it, but we haven't seen it?
What? Okay.
Listen, I'll get it for you. Go ahead, Marsh. Tell your pick.
I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5 tonight against the LA Kings. They played a tight game in game 1, which shocked the you-know-what out of me because I think the Kings are not good. Minus 108 for Colorado to win by 2 tonight.
There you go.
At least 2.
Jamie?
Yeah.
If you may.
Oh, okay.
First 5 innings.
Minus 125?
Minus 125.
I see it now.
High five.
I found it.
I don't know. It seems shady to me.
It did.
It's photoshopped.
Well,
got to keep track of it.
Here's the deal. If they're tied after 5, I still lose because that would be a push, and there are no pushes in Bet the Board. So basically, I'm doing you guys a favor.
So they got to be
up. Thank you.
They got to be up.
By at least 1 run.
That's correct, sir.
And if they're down or tied,
for the purposes of Bet the Board,
you lose.
I lose.
What was the game where we were? Was it Cincinnati and Marsh? Was it you or Marsh that made the bet and that they were already down by like 7 in the first inning?
That's me.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Didn't realize it started early. Didn't check. Made that play. Walked out of here. Marsh sent a text. Hey, they're down by 7.
Yeah.
I said the game hasn't even started yet. I didn't bet football. I went with baseball. And Marsh goes, "No, it was baseball. You fool."
They already started.
And
they're already down.
Mm-hmm. I think it was Cincinnati and Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Sorry, Anthony.
One time, our guy Brad Thompson actually made a play on a game that already happened, and they lost.
He didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Game had already happened the day before.
Yes.
And they lost. It was like a soccer game or something. Yeah.
It's a tough one.
We're fools. What can I say? All right. Let's do the biggest question of the day next on 101 ESPN.
Fastlane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5 o'clock, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, what do we got for the biggest question of the day today?
Well, guys, I wanted to talk about what happened last night in overtime between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Ottawa Senators. Carolina scores. Jordan Staal goes offsides, allegedly. He feeds the puck to Martin Hook, who then gets hooked. There's a penalty there.
Yeah,
or
2 feet from the goalie, by the way.
So the play continues to happen. The netminder's pulled. You get the extra man out there. Carolina scores. They win it. Well, hang on a second, because they go to video review, and Staal is offsides. Well, the goal doesn't happen. However, they then award Martin Hook a penalty shot. He doesn't score, and then they go to double overtime. Martin Hook actually does get the game winner. But everybody's talking about this situation, including Frank Saravalli. He has his show with John Buccigross called Frankly Hockey, and this is what he had to say on the matter, and then I want to discuss this whole situation. So here's Frank Saravalli.
I have to double check the wording, but I'm pretty sure they said that they believe he had possession but not control. And possession is only 9/10 of the law, apparently. There's another 10th there for a reason, and apparently control is part of it. See, I really struggled with that sequence because to my brain and watching hockey for 30-some years, 33 years, that was not offside. You can tell when you're like, oh yeah, it's just like an instinctual, that doesn't look good or something's wrong with that. I think this absurdity and the granularity of how we're looking at this is just not within the spirit of the rule.
So here's the problem that the NHL has with what happened last night is a few years ago they changed the rule because a player had full control of the puck and was doing a spinorama type move. Well, clearly his feet went across the blue line before the puck did, but he was making a hockey play.
Okay.
So they said, well, from now on, the player who possesses the puck can't put himself offside if he's making a hockey play.
Okay.
Well, this was a hockey play. And now they're fumbling it around to where he has the puck, but he doesn't have possession or whatever the heck it is. Okay, fine. What I hated the whole sequence.
The penalty shot?
There is no way, I will bet my entire life savings, there's no way the referee was calling a penalty shot.
Well, he would have called it right away.
He could have called it right. He would right away. He would have pointed to center ice.
Yep.
No way he's calling the penalty shot until the goal got overturned. And then they said, well, we got to try and make up for this.
Right.
Let's get a penalty shot. In the rules, the NHL rules, the player has to have a clear-cut breakaway, which is usually more than a stick length away, to catch him, to impede him. This guy got the puck, Anthony, below the hash marks in the offensive zone.
But something similar happened for Ottawa in that game as well. I can't remember who was taken down, but even when I was watching, I was like, I wonder if they're going to call a penalty shot on that one. So the whole situation was weird.
It was terrible. I thought the NHL handled it poorly. I thought the referees handled it poorly. But it's just like certain things in life, karma or the hockey gods made it right, because the same player who was impeded on that play ended up scoring the goal to win the game in overtime. So the team that should have been credited with the win ended up with the win anyways. But the whole sequence was fumbled around so terrible by the referees and the league and all that. It was just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then you got some people say, well, if it was offside, then how come there's a penalty? Because it should have just been offside and the play ends there and you reset the clock like it never happened. Well, the NHL put in a rule not too long ago, too, that said, any infractions will still be called infractions to avoid, hey, that was offside, now it's prison rules in the zone. So, anyways, I didn't like it. I thought that it was managed poorly and that they could have been a much better job of correcting all that.
So I wanted to bring up replay just in general because yesterday, Carey, you touched on how much you enjoy ABS. Mm-hmm. And obviously there's replay in football.
Oh, ABS. I think they said IBS. Nobody enjoys that.
No, it's not bad.
No. Now I'm off track, Jamie. Thanks.
I'm sorry, man.
No, but just replay in general, when do you find replay to be a hindrance to the sport? Because I feel like what Frank said, he's like, why are we looking at this?
Yeah.
Essentially. If it's blatantly offsides, then look at it.
But I think that's the point. You don't know. And so the most important thing, in my opinion, in sports is to get the call correct. And if you got it correct, then, now that's kind of like what you were explaining, Jamie, whether he was offsides, whether he had control of the puck or not. Yeah. It's kind of like catch, no catch in the NFL. What is a catch? How many steps is it? Is it to the ground? And does the ball move? And all of those things, I think that is a
Well, then is he making a football play?
Right. It becomes subjective.
That might be worse than offsides in the NHL.
It's a very difficult thing to kind of decipher because I think it's based on person to person. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think I don't have an issue with replay, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I would, as a coach that has had some calls go against me, man, if I had replay, I would have felt much better. Yeah. So I think most coaches and most players, even if it halts the game for a minute, a minute and a half, whatever the case may be, because it's so vital. Every moment could be, an instance where you say, well, that changed the game. I know people often look at the end of the game, but I'll go back to like Illinois. We played last year, and we had a fumble on the goal line that the running back, he was literally laying on the ground, and they called it a fumble, and it upheld, which was baffling to me. So, it was a game against USC. We could have lost that game. Mm-hmm. I wasn't upset that they were replaying it. I was upset that they still got it wrong after the replay.
Yeah.
But I am all for instant replay when it gets the call correct and everybody, it's done the right way.
I think that's the thing, right, is everybody hates replay when it doesn't work to their advantage.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden, when it works to your advantage, it's fine.
Great.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I just think that the replay should be fast. Like, they have so many camera angles, so many things now. If you can't tell in a minute to a minute and a half, then whatever the call was on the field or on the ice stands. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because now, like the other night, they had the goal or no goal in Ottawa, Carolina.
Same series.
And the puck, I saw from the above the crossbar camera, you could see the puck never crossed the line.
Yep.
But they sat there for how long, going over and over and over and over.
Is the puck in the glove? And then it looks like from a different angle, it actually bounced out of the glove before his glove actually went across the goal line. Yeah. It's a whole ordeal.
But you can't tell me that in that moment they didn't have, like, the video, if you go from the crossbar look, you can see right away. Like 5 seconds of video, you knew it was not a goal. Mm-hmm. So I think they should implement a rule. 90 seconds or 2 minutes if it has to be. If you cannot figure it out after that amount of time, whatever the referees or the umpire called stands. Bottom line. That way there you're keeping the game active. The players aren't standing there forever, and the TV guys then are guessing at things,
Hey, going back to the ABS challenge system, not IBS, Jamie. Different
Way
thing.
different.
Way different. Mm-hmm. I can't remember which team it was, but one of the managers was arguing balls and strikes for an umpire, and the umpire looked at him and was like, if you're going to argue, challenge the pitch.
Yeah.
Like,
should
you
take
can
that
do
away.
that now.
Yeah.
That's when the ump should just say, hang on, are you challenging the pitch? If so, your catcher has to tap his head.
Yeah, you got to, and now it's too late, so get back in the dugout.
Right.
Yeah. Dummy.
Yeah. I do think that replay and ABS, I do think it's improving the sports. I don't like how long. ABS is great, by the way.
It's awesome.
It is like challenge to 1, 2, 3, done. Okay.
Yep.
And we're
call confirmed.
Yeah.
Nobody can complain. You can't argue balls and strikes. If you're that mad, tap your hat.
And we'll keeping the managers from getting thrown out.
Man, we'll get it done.
and it's exposing terrible umpires.
Well, I said yesterday, it's actually exposing how difficult of a job it is, because you're actually, like, if you miss, it's by a quarter of an inch. Like, it's like barely on the tip of the ball is in the strike zone, and you called it. Like, I think it actually helps umpires prove that this job is much harder than most of you all would even have an understanding.
And they get it challenged, we automatically think, well, that guy, what the hell's he doing?
I would say
especially
the only time,
it's like CB Buckner.
right, if it's 2 feet out of the zone and you call it a strike, then you should be questioned and tested.
Yeah.
Eye tested, like get your eyes tested.
Yeah. Or other things.
Or other tests.
You never know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you're safe.
Be safe out there.
Yeah. Out there. And what replays do they have in the NBA?
They do have challenges where if it's a charge or foul call, like sometimes if a guy is in position and they say it's a block, the coaches can challenge it and say, no, my guy was positioned where he needed to be. That's a charge.
Okay.
And so they can challenge that. They can challenge who the ball went out on.
Yeah, that would be good.
Those are because sometimes it's a bunch of hands reaching in there, so they'll replay it, slow it down, and see which finger was the last one to touch the ball before it went out of bounds. So they do have challenges, and normally it just goes to a TV timeout. So they'll challenge it, and if you lose it, you lose your timeout, and you don't have that timeout for the rest of the game.
Did you see last night you may or may not have, depending on what you were watching. So many things are going on. In the Boston, I believe it was Boston. No, the
Knicks. Was it Knicks?
No, it was
and
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, NHL.
Oh, NHL. Okay.
And Malkin got nailed with a 4-minute high sticking penalty.
I saw that.
But it was the Flyers' own player. But what happened was both sticks were above the shoulders.
Gotcha.
So Malkin, went with his stick this way, and Ristolainen's stick hit the Pittsburgh or the
Philly player.
Konechny, I believe is what it was.
Yeah,
his own teammate.
Right in the face.
Both sticks hit him. One hit him in the chin, and the other one hit him right in the nose.
So the initial call on the ice was a 4-minute high stick on the Pittsburgh player.
Yeah.
Because there was blood and all this stuff. So then they go under review. And then they look, both players nailed him in the face with their stick. So what they did was, instead of 4 minutes for high stick, they go, only 2 minutes for high stick. And then everyone's like, what do you mean? Well, because, yes, his own player is the one who caused the blood.
Right.
But the other stick was still above the shoulders and hit him in the chin or in the throat area.
So if you cause blood, you get 4 minutes, right?
Yeah. So, and if it's on purpose, to slash a guy in the face, you get 5 in a game.
Yeah.
But it was a weird situation. It actually helped out because otherwise Pittsburgh would have been 4 minutes on the penalty.
Don't want that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, it's a fast lane here on 101 ESPN. We are about to get into the sports six-pack. So text your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line. That number is 314-399-9646. Or you can type them in the old YouTube snake pit. We are live there right now. Sports six-pack, part 1, next.
can.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut's Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Welcome back into the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. We have asked you for your six-pack questions to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Marshy, what do we got?
Question number 1.
All right, this is from the 636 for Jamie and for Carey.
Ooh.
What is your favorite away city that you have ever played in? And for me, where was your favorite place to go for a tournament? Oh, nice. Okay.
Cool. Man, the favorite away place. There's some really great spots. Like, obviously, playing in New York City is special. It's cool. It's unique. And when you're a kid from Canada and you play junior hockey in Sudbury, Ontario, where it's not heavily populated, and you get a chance to go into New York City for the first time, it's so cool. Mm-hmm. And same can be said about L.A. when we went to play in L.A. And I remember, both of those arenas are iconic. They've got the Madison Square Garden in New York City, and then you had the Great Western Forum out in L.A. at the time. And I remember growing up watching the Lakers play, and it was pretty cool. And you got all these actors and movie stars that are sitting along the glass, and then they all come down the hallway to where your locker room is, because there's a back staircase that goes up to the Forum Club where they all hang out and have cocktails and whatever. So those two places, I think, just from a totally like a wow experience, were awesome. As far as just the hockey is concerned, I played my very first NHL game in the Montreal Forum, the original, where all of those classic, it'd be like playing at Yankee Stadium. Yeah. So that was cool. Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto was super cool as well. So from a hockey perspective, I'd say those were the ones that I loved.
So I think ours, it's different because sometimes you all go to a city and can stay for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Like ours, we travel Saturday afternoon.
Which is weird. Why didn't you travel on Friday?
It depends on if you're coming East Coast to West Coast, sometimes you travel a day early.
Okay.
But if you are going from Pittsburgh to Cincinnati, you get in Saturday afternoon.
That's the same in the NHL. They did the day before.
Yeah, so, and it's a quick turnaround. I mean, literally, as soon as the game is over, we're on the plane going back home. But the one city that I think probably stands out most, we played a preseason game, I was telling you, in Toronto.
Yeah.
And we did actually get to Toronto early and was able to, because our days, we'll get in, if you get in at 4 o'clock, you got a team meeting at 7. You can't be late for. You got dinner.
You're not doing anything.
You don't got time.
Not much.
Or break curfew and risk being fined or suspended, which that's not worth it either. So Toronto was probably the one city, because I said we got there early. We were able to go out and go around the city and kind of see some things. So for me, Toronto was a beautiful city. That was one of the best cities that I can think of in terms of being on the road for a game. Because most times you don't get to see much of the hotel, much of the city, because you're in the hotel.
Yeah, cool.
And right to it. Yep.
Marsh, your favorite tournament city, kid?
Oh, wow. So,
although you did go to Pee Wee, Quebec.
Go to Pee Wee, Quebec, and that was an incredible experience. I'll try and go with one that was a reoccurring tournament. I loved playing in London, Ontario. We'd play there a few times because I loved the hotel. As a kid, the hotel, you're in the hotel a lot, right? Yep. And we'd always stay at the London Armories in London, Ontario. It was like this old military facility type thing. It was super cool, and the lobby was awesome. So I always really enjoyed going there. I don't want to pick Chicago. That's just like, it's close. We're not really doing anything in the city anyways. You're more in the suburbs. Rochester, New York was pretty fun. No throwaway games up there though, Jamie.
No throwaway games in Rochester.
That was always a fun tournament. And then went to Toronto a few times as well. Went to the Hockey Hall of Fame, which was always a good time. And so.
How did you, when you went up to Toronto and you played the Canadian teams, How did you find that? Like, did it have more value?
Oh, yeah. Like,
you want to beat the Canadian teams.
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted to win regardless. But when you play like the Toronto Marlies...
it's got to be more special when you beat them.
I mean, they're a heck of a team. York Simcoe Express, great team. London Junior Knights. Like, yeah, I mean, those were the teams. Because at the time, we were beating all of the United States teams. Those were the teams that gave us the most trouble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely wanted to beat
There's
those
always
teams.
more juice for us, too. Like, being in Ottawa growing up, we would travel across into, like, upstate New York, play in Syracuse or Rochester or Messina, New York, or, like, some of those areas there, and we'd play against the U.S. teams, and there's always a little extra juice in those games.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool.
It was also good. And we played them multiple times, too. Like, every tournament you were at, they were there. And so you look at one tournament and you see how you did, and then you bring that to the following tournament maybe a couple months later. And, we'd meet one team in London, and then next thing you know, we're in Rochester playing the same team. And so you develop a rivalry.
Yeah.
And you're miles and miles away from this team.
That's cool.
So, what are we on, question 2 now?
Yep.
Question number 2.
All right, we had a question earlier from the 217. We were talking about coaching and, how important it is for a coach to know when to change. And the 217 texted in and said, I coach my 3-year-old soccer team. How can I get them to be more receptive to my coaching? I feel like when I try to be personable with them, they just call me a poop head.
Yeah.
Good luck.
If you're coaching if you're coaching kids that are under the age of like 10, I would say, for the most part,
have fun.
Have a great time with them, man. Like my goal every time I got on the ice with kids that are that young, or even when I was coaching soccer for my daughter, make them want to come to the rink or come to the field again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make it so they can't wait to put the uniform on. They can't wait to practice and be with their teammates, and they can't wait to do something great where coach is happy. Just
agreed.
That's the goal, man.
I think when I would say, you said 10, under 10?
I think so.
8 to 10. Like,
I know there's some competitive stuff that happens.
But I think you don't know what that player is going to be at all. Like, and so you have some parents, some coaches, like overly coaching and overly parenting in those situations. Come on, Johnny, you got Johnny barely knows how to tie his shoes, Dad. Like, he's got to figure some things out.
Got kids in the outfield eating grass.
Man, you never know, right?
In their nose.
You just never know.
Have fun, man.
Here's I'm going to give some advice to coaches that are out there right now that coach youth sports. I'm not going to put an age cap on this thing. Youth sports, even high school sports for that matter, certainly if you get higher into pros and college, things change, but don't be yelling the whole time. Don't be yelling, because let me tell you something. I call those guys video game coaches. They want to have the controller, and they want the kids to, like, everything they yell, the kid has to do it right away. Like, go left, look right, pass left.
You're paralyzing them. Paralysis by analysis.
And I can say, from a hockey standpoint, those kids, they really can't hear you.
Yeah.
All they hear is the white noise. Because mom and dad, everybody's cheering. It's noisy. It's loud. Things are happening fast. Don't be the yelling coach. Yeah. Be the coach. And I always had an extra coach with me on the bench. And I'd say, once they come off, if I had a coaching moment, I'd say, hey, you got the lines right now. And I'd take the dry erase board quietly and say, hey, that play you just made, this one here, you draw the play, then erase it and say, here's what I'd like you to do here, or here's what you can do. Now you've got their full attention, and you're not yelling, which is an intimidating thing for the kid.
Yeah.
You can coach them that way.
Also, if you want to coach that bad, go coach. That's my thing. Like, because
but
we're
they're not able to, because if they're coaching that way, they're not really coaches.
But we're always I was always looking for help, man. If you want to coach that bad, but you don't get to yell from the stands and coach your kid.
I'm talking about the coaches.
Oh, the coaches. I thought you were talking about the parents.
No, I'm talking about the coaches always just yelling at the kids. Whoa, man. Whoa.
Yeah.
Because I actually one time when I was coaching, I was yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling. And then I had another guy that I knew very well say, hey, why don't you just, Okay, because we're not all beyond learning.
Right.
And so then I asked one kid, I go, "Yeah, did you hear what I was saying to you?"
Not at all.
They're like, "What, coach?" Like, okay. So then the next time he came back to the bench, and I showed him on the little dry erase board, talked to him face to face, eyeball to eyeball. Then when he came back again, I go, "Hey, do you remember what we talked about last time you were off days?" "Yeah, coach, you told me this." I go, "Noted."
Yeah.
They're not listening if I'm just yelling the whole game.
No.
But you take a moment and you actually coach the kid.
Yeah.
He remembers or she remembers. So, all right, we're going to get more of your questions in. What are we, 2 in right now, Marshy?
Yeah, 2 good ones, though.
They're 2 really good ones. Keep them coming to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2, next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals look to bounce back after losing to the Miami Marlins last night by a final score of 5-3. Dustin May will take the mound tonight for the Cardinals. 5:40 first pitch, so less than 10 minutes. The Cardinals and Marlins will get underway. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Spurs and Trailblazers Game 2. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews, including the one with Hakeem Butler, Battlehawks wide receiver. We'll also have all of our shows there as well. It's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh. And this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I have a question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Welcome back inside the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN, part 2 of the Sports Six Pack.
Question number 3.
All right, from the 314. So we're a number of years into the designated hitter in both leagues. Do you like it, or are you like me and miss some of the strategy behind pitchers hitting? And if you could make any changes, what would they be?
I like the DH.
Yeah, I never had to see a pitcher hit again.
I don't miss the automatic out. There's no strategy. The only time there was strategy was in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And if you had a pitcher that could bunt really well or something like that. But for the most part, it was always like almost the automatic out.
And then it was a disservice for the American League teams when they had to play in the World Series in the National League ballpark, because now you got guys that ain't. What is he doing with it? Just stand up there and let the 3 pitches and go sit down, man. Like it was. No, I don't need to see pitchers batting again. So I'm fine with that. What changes would I make? I don't know if there are any changes within the actual game that I think, need to be made. I think the game is being played really well. I think it's fun to watch. Yeah. I think the ABS system, we were talking about it earlier, has made, drastic improvements in watching the game in terms of balls and strikes. The umps can't be completely, it has to be within the realm of a possibility of being a strike for it to be called that now. So I think that the game is actually in a really good space. If I were to do anything, I would let the players take away all the unwritten rules where pitchers get so mad when guys have fun if they hit a home run.
Yeah, who cares about that?
Get over it.
Anymore.
Throw a better pitch.
Yeah, don't give up a home run.
Deal with it.
So I've got a crazy rule I thought of a while back. I was watching a particular game. It wasn't even a Cardinals game. It was just a game on TV, a national broadcast. And the pitcher kept throwing back over to first base, to keep the runner back and whatnot, and then stepping off the rubber. And I was like, this is kind of like, why don't we just eliminate the ability for the pitcher to pick the guy off? No, hear me out.
They can only go over twice now.
I know, but let's just eliminate it altogether.
3 times, they got to get him on the third one.
Let's eliminate it altogether. So now the guy can take a lead. Now, the pitcher can't go back to first base, but he can go to second base if he wants.
Just step off and throw
step off for a second. Now you caught him in a rundown. I think it would be exciting to where players would take a big-ass lead off of first base, and then the pitcher has to make a decision what he's going to do, or if you're going to hum that thing into catcher as fast as he can. I don't know. Defensively, people would hate it. Pitchers would probably hate it. But I don't care. We're trying to make it a little more fun, a little more exciting. Or maybe, since we got the ghost runner.
Oh, no, I hate the ghost runner.
But it's already there, right? Since we got the ghost runner, why extra innings, you can't pick a guy off at first base.
I hate the ghost runner.
But we're not even talking about him. He's already there. But if a guy gets on first base.
Now you can't throw over at all?
No.
Come on, man.
Hey, they're already trying to listen. We got a make-believe base runner at second,
which I think is an awful.
At least the guy at first earned his base.
I understand the mindset, the principle of the Ghost Runner. You want to get these extra inning games over since there's no clock. But I do hate it.
I agree too. I'm just coming up with spitballing here. Okay.
Now, while we're at it, give the visiting team 2 Ghost Runners while we're at it.
You know what? CD, I can tell you're going to be a jerk about this. Marshy, next question.
Question number 4.
They can play for extra innings like they do in hockey. You know what I mean?
The shootout.
Play for the extra point.
Home run derby.
Point. Yeah.
Okay, that text line hates my idea. You know what? None of you had ideas either.
Hey, Jamie, let's eliminate face-offs in hockey. Just let the offensive team restart with the puck.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Jamie, that's stupid. Whatever, 573. Piglet, can we just go back to playing baseball? You know what? He asked me for there was a question. Whatever.
All right, let's transition from baseball. Let's take a breather from baseball for just a second.
Please.
And go to basketball. From the 314, do you think the Magic really have a shot versus the Pistons?
That was an intriguing Game 1 win for the Magic in Detroit. Do I think they have a shot? Not realistically. I think Detroit will get back to who they are. They were the best team in the East all year long for the most part. I don't think they're the best team in the East because I think Boston with Jason Tatum being healthy is the best team in the East. But I do think that the Pistons will win that series. I don't think the Magic got some other issues. They're waiting to fire their coach according to Paolo Banchero. So I think that Magic. I think that woke the Pistons up, and the Magic will be back. Be at home pretty soon. Other than the 3 or 4, they'll be home for good.
Yeah, question number 5.
I figured, yeah. All right, from the 314, which NHL team are you guys pulling for this postseason? The 314 is all in
St. Louis Blues.
Buffalo.
Yeah, why you got to hurt people? Why you got to hurt people?
Did I miss the question?
You certainly missed something.
What did I miss?
What team in this year's playoffs?
Oh, this year's playoffs.
Yeah. Okay.
He heard the question.
I know, Marshy.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, they're not looking very good right now.
They look terrible. And I'm not talking about their jerseys either, because those things stink.
Why would
too.
you go with that yellow?
I don't know.
That's terrible. Bad call. That's why they lost.
Bad call. Yeah. Starts at the top, right?
It certainly does.
It goes from the ownership to the Zamboni driver.
You've heard it here first.
To the people that decide on those things.
Who do I want to win it? If I cared. I do. I love watching playoff hockey. So
can I pick your team? I think you would want to see have success this year.
Sure.
The Dallas Stars.
I did.
They have been knocking for a few years.
Yeah.
And haven't made it yet. I would assume you're a Stars kind of guy.
Not really. I love Jim Nell. I love Jim Nell, their GM. I did pick them to go to the Western Conference Final. I would
be third year in a row, wouldn't it? Or 3 out of 4 years?
3 out of 4? Probably, yeah, because Vegas, I think, was the 1 year with Edmonton. The Minnesota Wild would be intriguing for me. Bill Guerin, I love what he's building in Minnesota. I love the way he runs his team, and he's not afraid to go for it and go after guys and make some bold moves. Ottawa Senators would be a little bit of a sentimental favorite for me. I don't think they're going to do it, though. Philadelphia Flyers would be a great underdog. I think I would just like to see somebody who's not a favorite win it. Like, I picked Colorado to win it this year, but that doesn't excite me.
No.
Like if Philadelphia, Ottawa, Minnesota, Anaheim, like one of those... They're not going to do it. I know, Andrew.
But I have a secondary question to ask you once you're done here.
I'm done now because you interrupted me.
No. No.
God, what do you got for me?
Well, no, I was going to say, like, who, you can continue naming off these teams. I just puke a little bit when you say Anaheim because
I didn't say I wanted them to win. I just said it'd be fun to see a team that's not supposed to be there.
You didn't mention Buffalo.
I didn't. Well, I was looking at. I was going through it. I didn't want to just rhyme off.
Buffalo. He said Buffalo first. That's why he came back to it.
Buffalo would be great. Love that.
I want to see Buffalo come out of the East. I'll tell you who I don't want to see come out of the East. That's the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't care about them.
Don't worry.
Thank goodness. So I want Buffalo to represent the East, and in the West, I would either go with the Vegas Golden Knights to have Jack Eichel go back to Buffalo for a cup final.
Oh, wow. Marshy loves the storylines. That's the ultimate storyline right there.
Or I'd go with the Oilers once again.
Say, why don't you guys like the Oilers?
Where you have Connor McDavid obviously looking for his first cup, and then you go against Buffalo, a city that has just been
miserable. As far as
somebody's got to win.
Yeah.
This is their year. They don't have to deal with the Panthers, man.
You're not wrong. This is the year for those Eastern Conference teams. Get it done now. So, all right, next question.
My follow-up to
sorry about that.
The Anaheim Ducks. They're not the only team that does this, but if you watched last night, they're wearing orange helmets with their white uniforms. And I wanted to get your take on it, being a former NHLer, and tell me how unprofessional that look is.
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
Nah. It's like when Ottawa wear their black helmets with their white jerseys. So, like, when I first came in the league, we only wore one color helmet.
Really?
Yeah. So, it doesn't really matter to me. They went with white helmets after a while, then the blue, and, like, you know.
I don't know. I just find it's like, this is the National, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
We
look like a college hockey team.
I'm more worried about the jersey look than I am the helmet color.
Okay.
That's just my own personal thing.
Fair enough. All right. Question. I think we're on 6, gentlemen.
I don't think we got that far,
Question
but we'll
number
take
6.
it.
All righty. Let's see here. By the way, this is funny. Well, you just got a lot of hate today, Jamie, on that.
What are you reading? Read it.
Well, there's a lot of them. Your idea about getting rid of pickoff moves.
I know, just having some fun. People, relax, would you?
Yeah. All right.
618 says everyone get cork bats.
I didn't hate that either. Everybody has one player on the bench is full of steroids in a cork bat.
Oh, my God.
All right, this is the question I was looking for. It toggled on me because we had a lot of people just texting just nasty stuff to you, Jamie. But I found it. Jersey Curse Ace, a.k.a. Alex, wants to know, I just got married last week. Everything is great, except she is a Chiefs fan and I'm a Broncos fan. How do I navigate that?
Oh, she's a Chiefs fan, you're a Broncos fan.
Well, here's the thing. He had to have known that before he got married.
He did.
It's different because they're in the same division.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be difficult for you. My fiance is a Bears fan, and I told her, well, what if they won? And she was like, you're right. I was like, I know. You know what I mean? Be a Steelers fan. She didn't actually say that, but that's what I heard in my mind.
You didn't say that.
No, I did. I said, why the hell would you root for the Bears? They ain't won since 1985, man. Yeah. 40 years. 41 years. It was a great team. 41 damn years ago.
I think the easiest way to handle it is just enjoy the games, man. Like, I think you can cheer
it makes it fun.
You can cheer for each other's teams, I guess.
Until you play each other.
Until they play each other.
Yeah.
And then at that point,
keep the rivalry.
That's when you tell her you go out with the girls and you watch that somewhere else, and the boys are coming over here watching the Broncos.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's good.
So, do anything more, Marshy? What do you got? You look like you want to tell me something.
Oh, no. I'm just thinking, like, that's tough.
Well, you had to deal with it. You and your girlfriend are different. You got the Vikings. She likes the Eagles.
That's correct.
How did you handle it?
He was sick when they lost.
Oh, man,
I know you lost and you had to wear some funny stuff, but how did you handle the game itself?
I had a great time at the game. Yeah. I went into that game with zero expectations of my team winning because Carson Wentz was the quarterback.
Well, he was half dead.
And they were playing the Eagles, who at the time were, well, he wasn't half dead yet.
No, the coach hadn't gotten him there yet. He was trying.
There was a play late in that game where, good on him. He ran for a first down late in that game when the team needed him, and he got absolutely blown up. And he got back up, though, which you got to love, right? Unless you want someone else to play that position. But I had a great time regardless of the outcome because it was my first time at U.S. Bank, at the bank, baby. And it was really fun until, fourth quarter, team has a shot to win it, and just they didn't.
So
and that's when I was like, oh, crap. I'm going to have to wear some ridiculous things. Call my girlfriend Coach for the day. That was one of the things that I had to do.
We did that one time at my house.
Oh, okay.
Coach? It's not so bad.
It's fine, though.
Ashley wore a whistle and those little shorts.
They just won a Super Bowl, so
And she kept going, again.
Hey, what are you doing here? You gotta stop this.
On that note, we'll be back to wrap things up here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Man, I cannot tell you how happy I am to be using Amco Ranger when it comes to my pest control at the Rivers house. They were back again this week because they stay on top of things weekly, especially if you have mole issues like I've got. They put some more traps out there. Then I was telling these guys here, I found out there's something called a vole. I was like, what is a vole? And the Amco Ranger guy went on to explain what they are and why I have these little holes in my yard where these little rodents are running around. So they're there to take care of that. So they'll check on that again next week. He explained to me how they're going to handle the carpenter beasts right now, which, by the way, everything's out. It's that time of year where everything is back out. So you got to try and get control of things. And Amco Ranger can certainly help you with that. Great technician, called me after he was done and basically told me, said, hey, I could have texted you, but I had so much to tell you and inform you, I decided to call, which I appreciated it very much. They just do an amazing job over there at Amco Ranger. A+, BBB rated business. All the employees are fantastic, and it's a family-owned business, which you're getting the best customer service out there. Just can't say enough great things about Amco Ranger, so please do yourself a favor. If you have any kind of a pest problem, whether it's mosquitoes, ticks, bees, moles, groundhogs, whatever you've got going on, call Amco Ranger. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number, 636-441-2847, 636-441-2847, or you can always visit AmcoRanger.com. Fast Lane. We are at the end of the day, end of the show. It is time for criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, this is my favorite one from a 314. Jamie has better ideas when he is drunk.
Depends who you ask, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book. Now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, real quick here. Booby Miles is our 3rd star of the day.
Let's go.
Win for Booby.
Coaching is our 2nd star of the day. And Jamie's crazy ideas are number 1.
Yeah.
The number 1 star.
Just trying to improve the game of baseball, folks, one day at a time here. All right, tomorrow we will be back here in the Fast Lane. Anthony will be back with us. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh. Look forward to talking to everybody tomorrow and hopefully enjoying a big Cardinals victory. Stay safe out there, and we will see you tomorrow.